The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What's with the swearing all the time? I think it kind of indicates a lack of creativity, a lack of imagination, and I think it'll hinder you in your future here in the WWF.
I think if you keep talking to me like that, and if you're in person here, I might hinder your life.
She's lucky she's on the phone.
The bottom line is, I say shut up. I say whatever I want, when I want, how I want.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Man, I don't know how that can't get people hyped up, man. That dude was killer for promos, bro. Top of being an awesome wrestler, man. He was one of the best, dude. But yo, this is Real Figures, not no wrestling channel, man. Welcome to episode 5. My name is Omar V. Got a very awesome show today for everybody. Super late night, I guess, man. Last minute show, I guess, because yeah, man, very busy weekend. I kind of felt a little bit under the weather earlier, like Friday, Saturday, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do a show. But yo, I am happy to be here now. Happy to talk some toys. Just sit back and relax, and we'll get into it, man. But before that, I do want to say what's up to the chat, man, because the chat, you guys are what makes the show, man. Honestly, not even bullshitting. Aside from the toys and stuff, I'll just be right here talking to myself, man. So let me say what's up to everybody. My man Dar G, Shoddy, what up, Dar G? What's good with you, fam? I like Dar G's posts, bro. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, that guy's a dog lover, bro. So with me, bro, you're always gonna be cool, man. So shout out to Darth, man. Abel Frost, yo, let's get it. My man Cobra in the building. What's up, Cobra? What's good with you, fam? We got Will in the building. He liked that intro, huh? That was a good one, bro. I had to use that one. Andy's in the house. Stone Cold, yeah, bro. Like, dude, one of my favorite, man. Honestly, he was just so fucking awesome. Like when the glass would just shatter, bro. You know you were gonna see a show. Dargy, yeah, hell yeah. He said, what's up, man? What's up, Panthro in the house, man? What's good with you, man? Welcome back to the show. Always like seeing you in the chat too, man. Not so active, but I appreciate you always checking out the show, man. For reals, it means a lot. Abel's back in here. He said probably won't be here for the full EP, but I'll catch the replay as always. Hey, Cobra, man, thank you, man. But yeah, like it's gonna be jam-packed beginning to end, so you'll probably still be able to catch some cool shit, man. Ricky in the house, Dynamic Saturdays, very own Rick, the Rickster. I don't want to call you the diddler, bro, because that's somebody else. But yo, be sure to check out Rick's YouTube channel, man. New episode of Dynamic Saturdays, and he's gonna have a live show coming up too. So I'm looking forward to checking that out, also, man. Shout out to Ricky, man. Really appreciate you stopping by all the time too, Rick. But as always, guys, before we get into the new toys of the week, I kind of just go over my pickups. Not too much this week, but I am trying to keep pace with this X-Men 97 line, man. This Jean Grey is freaking awesome, bro. Like, yeah, it's probably missing like a diaphragm cut underneath the breastises, but man, bro, you don't need her to be doing too much, man. As long as she got pinless legs, pinless arms, that freaking face sculpt is just freaking beautiful. Like, I don't know, man, I'm really digging this line, and I suggest people pick up the figures, man, because they are starting to sell out. The Wolverine that was like part of the first wave is already kind of creeping up in prices on eBay. Rogue also. So I haven't really been watching the series, so I don't really know if it's got to do with anything from the series. But the figures are just so fucking good, man. Like, even the plastic doesn't feel brittle. I mean, it doesn't feel like loose or gummy. Like, they're killing it with this. I almost regret not doubling up on some of the earlier ones that when I could have, because I did love that Wolverine, man. That one was awesome. So I still got to pick up a few more. So far I got Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Jean, Rogue, and the Wolverine. So I'm probably gonna pick up the Storm next, man. Yeah, they look really good, man. So shout out to Hasbro for putting these out, man, at such a reasonable price. Yeah, they don't come with a ton of accessories, but the figures just look great, man. I really wanted to get my X-Men display going again, man, because I had sold all those figures and stuff like that a while back. So I'm glad to kind of keep pace again. So I got that, and then talked about this figure, I think it was last week. Spinning like a cyclone. Got Cyclone from the Origins line. Again, like I said, is exclusive to Mattel Creations. So was kind of a pain to kind of, pay the shipping price on such a retro style figure. These things are pushing $25 plus shipping, bro. So that's kind of outrageous, man. Haven't popped them out of the box, but I do plan on it. But like I said, I don't have my display out yet. I did get two, so fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, I kind of feel kind of a little bit ridiculous trying to keep pace with that line, but I'm a sucker, man, and try to get that display as epic as possible, man. So that's definitely gonna be in the works. And yeah, they're gonna keep getting me, man, because today we're gonna talk over some more Masters of the Universe stuff, man. But as I was saying at the beginning of the show, very packed show, man. We got everything from Black Series to Marvel Legends to Masters of the Universe, SH Fig Wards. You got a bunch of stuff to kind of go over, man. My man Tyler's sliding in. What's up, Tyler? What's good with you, fam? He wants to talk some Legends, bro. But yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome X-Men 97 waves, man. She looks good. I want to get her get the Nightcrawler. Yeah, man. Pick them up, dude. I'm telling you, bro. They're starting to sell out, man. And people are getting kind of caught with their pants down because they don't want to hit up eBay for them. Only got Gambit so far. Cyclops and Nightcrawler sitting in the pile of loot, though. Hopefully another wave of Wolverine comes out. Yeah, bro. Dude, get that one. As soon as that one was revealed, I was like, dude, this is like probably the best Wolverine aside from the Mafex, but even the Mafex stylized a bit different. But dude, like I saw the pin. I don't really like the head sculpt so much with the mask on, with like his like cowl or his mask. Because he has like a really clean face. I always kind of picture Wolverine really like stubbly, like with stubble and stuff. That's the only one I didn't like, but the unmasked one is tight and it has like the thing to go around his neck and stuff. But even the masked one I can do without. But it's just such a clean sculpt. I was like, man, pinless Wolverine, Tiger Stripe, like, yo, sign me up, man, for $25, like, dude. But I think they might do reissues on those, because I have seen that they are reissuing out was it Spider-Punk from the Spider-Verse movie. So I feel like some of those ones that are getting kind of sold out and going up in the price, I think Hasbro might double dip and give people a second opportunity, man. So be on the lookout, Cobra. My man 8 and Skate in the house. What's up, 8? What's good with you, fam? Speaking of 8, my man's a huge Star Wars fan, and that's where we're gonna kick off the show, man. The Imperial March continues, baby. Star Wars campaign to kind of promote Star Wars is continuing. I think it goes on until, I thought it was only from March, but apparently it goes on through April, leading up to May 4th, obviously. So yeah, it's just been a campaign full of like different kind of reveals, different kind of like, I don't know, just merchandise and stuff across the board. Not just Hasbro, but like, all these other companies that kind of license out Star Wars from Lucasfilm. So yo, let's jump right in right here, man, because everybody does love some Star Wars, including myself, especially the Clone Wars, baby. And that's right where we're going to jump in, man. 2-pack came out this week. At first, I thought it was going to be exclusive to Amazon, but I am seeing it popping up in other retailers. A fairly reasonable price. I don't want to say it's too crazy, but I think it was about $40. So standard $20 price point for both of these Phase 2 Clone Trooper and Battle Droid. These are probably figures that people have in their collection already, but it does give people an opportunity to kind of just army build them, fairly easy. You get one of each, the good guy and the bad guy. I might be interested in picking up some of these, maybe 2 packs. I think I might wait for them to go on clearance, and if they don't, then I just miss out. But I think getting them like at a $30 price point would be freaking awesome, because $40 is pretty fair too. Like $40, $20 price point standard. That's pretty awesome. I know there is like I have had those battle droids before. They're not like the greatest of quality, but I think it does what you need it to do, man. As long as it can kind of somewhat stand there. There is this pose that you can do with it that I that I just find hilarious. And that's usually how I'll just kind of leave them out, man. But the Clone Troopers are awesome. I don't have any more Clone Troopers. I kind of purged a lot of my Black Series collection out, like maybe like a few months ago, like the end of last year. But yo, I don't know. They're always kind of cool troopers, cool army builders. And like, yeah, like we were talking about last week, man, the Clone Wars is probably like, I don't know, I would say honestly peak Star Wars. That to me is peak Star Wars, man. But yeah, here it is right here, man. This thing is fucking selling it for me right here, bro. I'm envious. This is just so hilarious, man. And dude, these fucking things are just good for killing too, man. Yeah, they were so annoying in the series and the show and stuff and in the movies. But it's Star Wars, man. It's like got that goofy nature, and I feel like some of that stuff is missing from current Star Wars, man. It's like, you had Jar Jar Binks, and I know a lot of people weren't fans of that stuff, but it still kind of had like this whimsical feel about it, and this kind of like kiddie kind of feel about it too. So I always kind of enjoyed like the more goofier nature to some of the characters and character designs, man. And yo, this pose right here, or this picture right here, is pretty awesome, man. So anybody in the chat going in for this 2-pack? Anybody trying to build out these army builds again, or are they just trying to add on to what they have already? My man Will, yeah, he said that pose, bro. Look at that shit. That's hilarious. Oh man. Oh, Liquid's in the house. What's up, Liquid? Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, he says, my man Ricky said the self-servicer droid. Exactly, man. I think they, like they had to add that picture in there because the people just know how funny it is. Oh my man, hey, order one. Right on, man. Like, dude, like I said, $40 price point. That's how you're gonna win back some of the fans to Black Series, I think, because it's like you don't want to be overpaying for some of this stuff, man. Like I did with that. It's a Cyclone. $25 plus shipping for that is just outrageous, and I can't imagine paying more than $20 for these, so if they would have pushed these things to like a $60 2-pack, that would have just been, full on stop, but at $40, I even found myself kind of questioning if I wanted to get a set or not. But yeah, I might hop on it, man, because like, yeah, that's such a good price point. But especially, I'll probably definitely get 2 if they go on clearance and stuff. Definitely see me picking up 2 of these because that would just be, I don't really need like a huge display of these. I just kind of want, like, even now I kept like 4 stormtroopers. I just have my Darth Vader. They're kind of flanking them. I don't want like overly done like army builds and stuff, like not of that stuff. I'm not that big of a fan of Star Wars, but they are iconic in their own way, especially the stormtroopers, man. So I definitely want maybe a few, maybe if I don't even open them right away, just kind of sit on them and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. My man Darth, he says easy pass on Black Series. God damn it, Darth. Future Rick says, I like that they included the unmasked head. Yeah, that's true, right? I don't think I even took note of that, man. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, you're right about that, because it is a good head sculpt, man. It is a really good head sculpt. So that's probably a selling point for some people, man. But from there we move on to this 3-pack. Now this is going to be exclusive to Hasbro Pulse and Disney stores. I am kind of interested in seeing if this will hit clearance, because I did see a lot of people hyped about this 3-pack. Here we have the Luke Skywalker, and Joris Bayoth. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and Mara Jade. So it's a 4-pack right here. Pretty awesome 4-pack, man, especially if you haven't picked up any of the other previous figures that were already released, like the Luke Skywalker. I believe that one's on the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi card back. A beautiful looking Luke Skywalker, man. I've actually wanted to pick it up myself, but I've just held off because I think I'm waiting for the Moth-X to kind of come out and stuff. But I don't know. Now I'm kind of starting to see more like the benefits of like Hasbro stuff, because it's just such a friendly price point. The head sculpts are getting better, like the articulation is getting a little bit better. Maybe not so much in the Black Series department, but I don't know. For Luke, he looks that good, man. So I might go in for this 4-pack right here. And then the Mara Jade also, I held off on the previous one. There was like the comic book release. I believe this one comes with that head sculpt that was missing on the other one. That was part of like the artwork, but it just didn't have it. So you're gonna have the one without the thing around her head, the little hood around her head, and then just the clean one. And then 2 new characters into the line. So you got Luke and my man right here, look like Robo and shit. Yeah, I don't know much about this, man. I'm not really up on like the extended universe or anything like that. And man, fucking Disney, dude, they're fucking assholes, man. When they started making their shit, they said, yo, forget about all this stuff. No longer part of our canon or anything. We're pretty much erasing it from the memory banks. And now you're starting to see them start to pull stuff like Thrawn, and they're starting to pull stuff into their stuff. And it's like, dude, maybe just don't erase that shit. Maybe just make the movies based off of those stories, because from what I understand, those stories are a hell of a lot better. And just by looking at this 4-pack, I'm more interested in kind of knowing about this right here now, especially this character too. She just seems really cool. It's like another Jedi. And then we have Luke. What a weird ass name for a character, man. But I guess it's like an evil clone of Luke Skywalker, which I had no idea ever existed, man. So that's cool in itself, I honestly just want the Mara Jade in the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, though. So I'm probably going to wait on this to see if it does go on sale, or maybe just going for the retro card bag Luke Skywalker, and then see how much the Mara Jade figure is, like just if it's still available even. I'm not even 100% sure if it's still available. Any of you guys going in for the 4-pack, or any people in the chat familiar with the EU and stuff? Because yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to kind of dip into it, to some of those like novels and books. My older brother actually told me about him like years ago and stuff, and he was kind of up on him. And I just never went in for it. And then once Disney kind of announced that, I just kind of thought like, well, it's gonna be a waste of time anyway, boy, was I wrong, because that seems like the story to kind of keep up with, man. But anybody in the chat going in for this? As I say, what's up to more people trickling in? My man B Rivera in the house. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good, B? KJ in the house. What's up, KJ? It's good, you man. KJ, he's funny, dude. Yeah, man. So I don't know. I would be tempted by this, because, like I said, this kind of feels like they're trying stuff. At least, you know, they're giving you more newer characters into the line, stuff that we haven't seen before. So it is interesting. Man, Andy's got to say Star Wars Legend is way better than the movies. Yeah, that's, man, from what I've always heard. I actually watched like a couple of like YouTube channels, and they kind of talk about Star Wars and stuff. They used to talk about it a lot more. Now they kind of just just shit on Disney and stuff. But they used to kind of like go into the comic books and like just the EU and like extra lore and stuff. So I don't know. I'm always kind of interested in knowing more about these types of characters now. I just want Mara Jade. Yeah, man. Me too. I kind of slept on that figure, and it looks good right here, man. Like, she looks fucking great. Like, that looks like a perfect Mara Jade figure, man. I don't know anything about her character, but the head sculpt looks great. You know, she's got a lightsaber. You know, obviously probably could have got double jointed elbows and stuff, but I don't know. It looks good. It looks good to me, man. My man Darchi, hell no, nah, full stop. He says, "Oh, hell no, the Black Series stuff, man. Give it a chance, Darchi. It's really tempting. This is part of the last book of the Thrawn trilogy. I just want that shit, but I don't care for the Jedi Luke. Oh, you don't want the Jedi Luke? I mean, that one, dude. That one's dope, bro. You could probably sell that one off, man. That's kind of what I was thinking of doing. Maybe just selling off the Luke and then the other new guy, because I really just want the Luke and the Mara Jade. But I'm like, well, maybe I should just try to track those down, you know, instead of going in for this 4-pack. Believe this is priced at $100 though, so not too cheap, man. You know, might hold people back from pre-ordering it right away. And I have seen stuff like this kind of go on sale in the Disney store, because they no longer have like brick and mortar stores for Disney. I don't think, at least a lot of them closed down. So I don't know, all the kind of stuff that they used to kind of sell to those stores now is just through their online. And I don't think a lot of people always go to that website to kind of look at stuff or buy stuff, especially not action figures so much. You know, I do know that they sell a lot of merchandise, like Disney merchandise, but I don't know. It's usually the only time I see people kind of buy stuff through this is like when like links are shared and like stuff's on sale. I've always kind of bought like Diamond Selects on there. I used to buy like Diamond Select stuff on there. If I wasn't able to find it at a comic shop, they would always have it on sale right there for like $20. I remember I bought like that freaking that Diamond Select Venom and Carnage for like $15 one time when they were closing down. So that was always kind of like my stop to go to for Diamond Select stuff. But yeah, Marvel Select stuff, I mean. But yeah, I don't know about this 4-pack, man. But like I said, it is kind of at least somewhat of a try from the Black Series team, because I mean, I saw a lot of hype around that. I didn't see full on stop like my man Archie. Wasn't everybody saying that? So we got to see how popular this set is, man. And I don't know, we already get some cool photography out of this stuff too, because it's new characters. But from there, we move on to the vintage collection. They also revealed 2 3 3/4 inch action figures. We got the Assassin Droid and the Dark Trooper. So I had no idea these were brand new. I could have sworn I saw a Dark Trooper in this scale before, but apparently not, man. So here we have this Assassin Droid too. I believe it was from the Ahsoka series. And man, dude, am I wrong here? But does this look better than the Black Series version? The Black Series version looked like it was just molded in solid red plastic and like no paint apps, no nothing. This one looks a little bit more. I mean, it's not overly detailed, but it just looks a little bit better to me. The other one looked like just an unfinished product. But yo, the vintage collection does get a lot of praise from a lot of people, man. I feel like, you know, they're probably the better line for Star Wars for a lot of people. They're able to kind of buy ships, build out their world a lot more. But yo, you know, obviously, you know, 1/12 scale takes the crown for a lot of people's collections, man. So I don't know how popular these are going to be versus the regular versions, the Black Series versions, I mean. But yeah, I did see a little bit of hype on this, especially on Yak Face's comment section, man. Shout out to Yak Face. I always get a lot of information from him for the Star Wars stuff, man. He's like the go-to guy for that stuff. And I do appreciate like all those like channels or, you know, accounts and stuff that kind of specialize in a certain field, because it makes doing a show like this a lot easier, man. So shout out to Yak Face, man. He's always kind of the guy to go to. Any of you guys going in for this? I don't know if there's too many TVC collectors in the chat, man. I myself not really big on the line. I do have a few of them, but like even the very few that I have, I think I've only opened like one or two of them. I don't collect the scale, so it's just like I think I've just opened like a Boba Fett and a Darth Vader. Then I have the rest just like carded up. I don't know. I like the card backs of that stuff. It's just kind of like kind of nostalgic to kind of see them and stuff like that on card backs. But I know they are switching them up now, kind of making them more deluxe with like a box and stuff. It looks pretty ugly. But from there, we move on to also keeping it with TVC, a little bit of the WonderCon reveals that we had this weekend. Kind of sprinkled these throughout the stuff that we're going to talk about to kind of go over the stuff that was popping off at WonderCon, because it looked like it was a pretty dope event, man. But here we have Kanon from Rebels. We have Ezra and Zeb, so you're able to get these through Amazon or fan channel, and then Zeb is just going to be fan channel only, so you're not going to be able to pick that up through Amazon. Don't know the price on these guys yet, but I think that Zeb is labeled as a deluxe, so it might be pushing closer to $20, you know. So it's kind of crazy for that scale figure, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. For some reason, I thought these were gonna be part of the HasLab. Is there like a difference in them or some shit? I could have sworn maybe it was just the card backs or something, but that's kind of lame. You know, it's like, oh shit, I thought they were just gonna be part of a HasLab, you know. But if it's just the card backs that are switching up, that's kind of whatever. It is what it is, I guess. And then also Black Series reveal, we have this new alien in the line, Ma Nadon. So I hope I pronounced that correctly. I do know that there is a Jedi of this type of alien, but it looks like they have, you know, now the tooling ready to go for that, you know. So we might be seeing more of the Jedi Council coming to fruition in the Black Series line. So that's pretty exciting, honestly. Kind of has a really ugly design. He reminds me of something. I don't know what exactly though. You guys think these reveals are pretty cool for Black Series at WonderCon? I gotta go to Darth. These are ugly as fuck. Come on, Darth. I'm going to you for the positivity, bro. These are a must-have. Oh, there you go. Are you going in for the TVC stuff or just the Black Series reveal right here, Andy's? The Thorian is good. Okay, yeah. I mean, brand new kind of character for the line, so that's pretty cool. You know, it's brand new sculpting, new tooling, and like I said, this is at least them trying. I think it's not, you know, overly impressive, but it's a try, man. Because how many Darth Vaders are they going to put out? How many Obi-Wans are they going to put out before we get like newer stuff? You know, so I don't know. I feel like they're still trying to obviously reuse stuff. They have to, and you know, still trying a little bit to kind of get some excitement going, man. Because like I said, this is the Imperial March, baby. Continues, man. But from there, let's move over to the Hasbro Marvel Legends, man. Yo, this week it was revealed that looks like they're gonna reissue some figures out, man. Figures that have probably climbed in the aftermarket. I know it's not the first time they do this type of stuff, but here we have Deadpool from the movie. I believe this is under a umbrella called Legacy Collection. So I don't know if they have done that before. Is that the same thing they call the Black Panther figures when they reissue those out? Could be. But yeah, a very popular Deadpool Marvel Legends, man. I think it was only part of a 2-pack. I myself actually never had this Deadpool, man. I never bought that 2-pack. Once it sold out, it started going up in price, and I didn't think it was worth it, you know. Eventually I picked up the SH Figuarts, and that's just kind of been my Deadpool. You know, just my standard movie Deadpool. So I'm probably gonna pick this up, man. It does have like the here we at Wolverine, but it does have like the two hand sets for like the movie 1 and movie 2. It has like removable guns from his holsters that I believe the first release didn't have. And yeah, I think it looks great, man. And then part of their other reveal was this movie Logan right here. So it's 2 head sculpts from like the previous releases of this X-Men movie Wolverine. And they look pretty good too. It looks pretty good. Obviously, they're trying to promote some of these figures for the movie that's coming out. And I think it's a good move, because I did see some of these are already kind of like, this Logan was sitting for the longest time, and dude, after that trailer, it sold out on BBTS right away. Like, people were starting to buy it on eBay. People that just never went in for it just were like, you know, all of a sudden just hyped up on it. So I think Hasbro kind of is capitalizing on that. Smart of them, though, you know. And yeah, kind of giving people an opportunity to go in for these figures, man, because yeah, that movie is going to be probably the biggest movie of the year. And yeah, it's good to have kind of figures or merchandise out for them, man. I think people are probably waiting on newer waves of this, like just a whole Deadpool wave and stuff. I don't know. I gotta wait and see what they can do with that stuff. But there's still figures that they kind of put out from those previous movies, also, man. We got to wait to see who's coming out in that movie, man. I think there's a rumor going around that Wesley Snipes is going to be in there, man. If he's in there, they don't make a Marvel Legends of him, man. It'll be for nothing, man, because that would be pretty freaking awesome. So you get a Wesley Snipes Blade, man. But yeah, rumors are circulating for all kinds of stuff, man. But I think this was I don't know, smart on Hasbro. I don't think it hurts anybody for them to put these back out there at a reasonable price too, considering that the aftermarket has gone up. I'll probably pick up the Deadpool and hold off on the Logan, but I don't know. For me, my money, it's pretty smart of them to put them on, and I ain't mad at it. Anybody in the chat going in for these, or did they have the previous ones? And are they gonna double up, or are you guys cool with just holding off on these right here? Because I think they look great, man. These are some pretty dope figures, especially that Deadpool. Every time I would see it, I'd be like, damn, bro, I gotta get that shit. And I just never did, man. Like, I think at the time I just didn't want any kind of like movie figures, and I don't know. Lately, I've just been on a kick of that. I've just want like more movie figures. I think it was like after picking up the Green Goblin and recently that Doc Ock. It's like, yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of want to build out like, you know, MCU displays or shit like that. And I know McFarlane is doing the Batman stuff, movie Batman stuff. So kind of like cleared out a shelf in my like collection room, and I just have like movie characters right there. So just movie superheroes. I got like Predators right there. I got like my Optimus Primal right there. All kinds of shit that just either comes out in movies, and then above that have like cartoons and video games and all that stuff. So I don't know. There's a place for everything, I think, for like collections. I know a lot of people are always kind of hung up on like comic book versions and stuff like that, but even those, I feel like sometimes they're just super niche, and it's like, I don't know, just yeah, it's building out your collection, but like I don't give a fuck about that character, you know. I want something that I've actually seen and enjoyed and stuff like that. And a lot of the times it's movie stuff, you know, it's movie properties or movie designs. My man Darcy, I already have Deadpool from that 2-pack. I don't have this Logan. Okay, might go in for it, man. Nice. I might get a second Deadpool. Okay, right on. I know they did release one. There was like a Amazon exclusive, like a single release where it was like, I think like where he had like a grayer costume, but it just kind of looked like dirty and shit. It didn't look that great. I was able to pick that one up, but I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't want it that bad. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go in for the Deadpool for sure, and then I don't know, maybe the Logan. It depends, man. I do have that Noda Studios like old man Logan and shit, and that was pretty dope, man. I actually have a pretty cool look to him. Yeah, so I feel like Noda's like made the best at Logan figure. But yeah, actually, if you guys picked up the Rurouni Kenshin, you can make a fucking Samurai Logan, baby. You guys see anybody take a picture of this? You saw it here first, buddy. But yeah, that's like my Logan and shit. It'd be cool to see something like that in a movie, you know. But gotta wait and see. I am excited for that movie though. So yeah, probably going for the Logan. Maybe the head sculpts are great, man. And shout out to Shooting the Galaxy, dude. He kills the photography, and he honestly sells a lot of this stuff. It's just like normally it's just like it's just Hasbro stuff. It's like whatever. But man, he really sells the fuck out of everything from G.I. Joe to Black Series to Marvel Legends. He's like killing it, man. So they got a pretty awesome photographer under their umbrella over there, man, selling the fuck out of their stuff. Cause yeah, like he does good posing, clean shots. Like you can see exactly what it is. And he just makes these figures look a hell of a lot more fun than what they might be, you know, or what they might have been just in a straight up vanilla pose. You know, you don't see how much fun they could be until it's like fully posed out and clear lighting and crisp pictures and stuff. So might be hot releases, man. I think the Deadpool is gonna sell out, honestly. I think it's giving people a second opportunity to get it or just double dip on it, man. Like my man Ty said. So that'd be pretty awesome. Might get a second Deadpool. You know, damn well you're gonna get it. And yeah, like I was saying, it looks like it's somewhat of an upgrade. You know, so it's got the little unicorn. I don't know if it's a full-on upgrade, but I did see that it's got the removable pistols from the holster, so that's awesome. And then the 2 sets of hands on different movies. So that's pretty dope. And then from there, WonderCon reveals from Marvel Legends brand new Iron Man wave, guys. And yo, man, this was probably the hypest thing that I saw all weekend, man. Like this shit. And it's crazy though, because it's like I was saying, man, it's just like, yeah, some of these are like super niche comic book characters, but new characters into the line that a lot of people, you know, are deep into. And it's like you're always gonna get hyped for that stuff, man. And they look great. I myself am not familiar with like I think it's a Count or Count Nefaria or some shit like that. I'm not really familiar with this character, but I did see a lot of excitement around it, man. But here we have the Mark 20 and the Mark 9 Iron Man. And I think this is the Mark 9. He reminds me of fucking Astro Boy and shit. He got the big red boots on. So I don't know. I think these Iron Man figures are pretty dope, man. Good figures to kind of build out your Hall of Armor. I think these two are gonna sell hot. And I did like this Mark 20 right here, man. That shit looks freaking sick. It just looks sleek as fuck. No other kind of solicitations out there right now. This is just super early looks. I don't know where these images came from. I got them from Tyler L in the Discord. I think he shared them from MCU Collectors. So shout out to him for being over there and taking some up close pictures. Because yeah, sometimes when you're there at these like panels, you can't see shit, man. You can't see shit with the pictures that the people were taking. And I mean, no fault to them because it's like over a projector. So yeah, but it's cool to kind of have Hasbro kind of have these like sprayed out on the table and for people to kind of take a look at them. And not have their goddamn watermarks all over the shit, man. It's like, yeah, bro, we get it, man. You guys want credit. We'll give you guys credit, but you don't gotta freaking put your logo right in the fucking face of the figure, man. No Mandarin. Come on, son. Yeah, Andy's. I don't think they're gonna get Mandarin ever, bro. Hey, yo, I'm getting those. Hey, yo, Mr. Ortega in the house. What's up, Ortega? Don't tell me I skipped the Ortega in the roll call, bro. Shout out to Ortega, man. He's cool as fuck. But yo, from there we move on to this. What is this? Mark 1, I believe. This is a gold version, I think. So that's pretty dope. I know it's like a more classic look to the Mark 1, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody going in for this? Mark 1 that picked up the other one? I think the other one was probably one of my favorite Legends of last year. That was a pretty sick ass. It just looked, I don't know, it just looks like a fucking Iron Man. But if this is kind of more accurate to the comic and stuff, Avengers #1, I believe it is. It'll be another pickup for me too. I can't hate on that one. It just looks same kind of goofy design of like that classic Marvel stuff, but it just looks good, man. I'm down for it. So yeah, that's that Model 1. And then the She-Hulk was probably the star of the show. A lot of people were freaking hyped over that one, and I myself am one of those people, man. This looks pretty freaking dope. Just nice ass head sculpt, like perfect body. Like, yeah, maybe the bits could have been bigger, but still looks great, man. Looks pretty awesome. I'm probably gonna go in for so far these Iron Mans and the She-Hulk. And anybody else going in for these so far? I know my man Ty, don't be shy, bro. I know you're getting all these. I was waiting for the gold version. Oh, okay. So you held off on the other one, huh? Damn. Okay. I don't know. That was a dope one, but I know it was upped in price a little bit. I think it was like $27.99, closer to 30. At least out here it was, man. So I don't know. I don't know if this one's gonna be around that same price. All on these beautiful card backs too, man. So that's like just the card backs alone are selling the fuck out of these things because they look fucking awesome, man. And this is like super nostalgia bait, bro. Like, obviously it's not a bad thing, but like, man, I just remember going to Toys R Us and seeing all this shit on the pegs and all that stuff when I was a little kid. And I remember like having an Iron Man, getting the opportunity to, but like my parents got me an Iron Man. I don't even remember if it was like for a birthday or something, but yeah, I just remember like getting this card back and being like, oh shit. I remember, I think I took it to like show and tell one time in school and somebody stole it from me, bro. Like I always remember that. Like I'll never forget that shit, man. So that sucks, man. Because yeah, there was kids up to no good, bro, at every age, man. Always, man. So fuck it, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the figure. I remember just feeling like, damn, man, got me. But yeah, man, super nostalgic. Great card backs. They're gonna sell the fuck out of these. Probably people are probably just gonna double dip because they want some on the card backs, man. As crazy as that sounds. I'll probably just be cool just getting one. I'm cool just seeing the pictures. And then from there, though, we move on to the Count Nefaria. Am I saying that correctly? Or is it Captain Nefaria? I hope I'm saying it right. I don't want to sound like an idiot. Yeah, I think it is Count Nefaria and Whiplash. So everybody's been waiting on that Whiplash. That's probably another one of the figures that got the most hype. I was cracking up on my man Cobra's comment. He said, fuck, that character sucks and the figure sucks. In the Discord, I was like, oh, man. God damn it. He's saying what everybody else is thinking. I don't know. I think it looks cool. And I do remember him from the animated series. I think he came out in there. But I think it was called something else. I don't know if Ty, you shared the name. Yeah, you shared the name of the Discord. They labeled them as Blacklash. I thought it was Backlash. I don't know. Is it Blacklash? I don't know. I've been asking for Backlash. So yeah, I don't know, man. What's one of the characters that came out in the MCU, like one of the earlier villains, man? And I think it was Iron Man too. So I always liked him in that movie, man. But not really too up on him from his comic book version, man. But it is a good opportunity to get some more Iron Man villains, because it's always kind of like a lot of Spider-Man villains and a lot of people's displays, a lot of like X-Men stuff. So it's always kind of cool to get like some of these like lesser known villains. Just throw them in there, man. Throw them your villains display and stuff. That'll be kind of cool. And they always have like these like crazy costumes and stuff that I just enjoy seeing, like for comic book versions, just like bright colors, and it's just for what they are, like I can appreciate them in that aspect. Yeah, maybe I might not be so familiar with them, but they look like bad guys. They look like bad guys. So I'm probably gonna pick up the Whiplash. Not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna pick up the Whiplash. As crazy as that might be to some people, like my man Cobra, because he was hating. I'll probably pick that one up. I think it looks cool. I think it looks pretty dope. My man Ty, he said he was Whiplash before in a different costume. This look he was called Blacklash. Oh, okay, all right. Little history behind that. Right on. There's something about classic suits that never get old. Yeah, it's something about it that it's always like that's comic books. That's like you want to see that type of stuff. You don't want to see just like, I think that's why people hate like MCU figures or like movie kind of designs, because it's just so kind of boring and like drab and stuff. So it's like you want to see some brightness. It's like you got to go to the comic versions of this stuff, man. So it's always kind of cool to see some of these figures. And like I said, I mean, like every time I see like people's like huge displays of like all these Marvel Legends, it's cool to see like all the different kind of characters and stuff. It's just something to marvel at, no pun intended. But yeah, pretty dope waves, man, from Hasbro right there at WonderCon. I know a lot of people went. There was just a lot of people there. I didn't know it was that popular of a con, honestly. I think I mixed that one up with the other one that's like more like indie. I forget what that shit's called, Designer Con. I think I mixed it up with those in my head. So it was kind of cool to see like that there was a big kind of presence there from different kind of companies, man, because they weren't the only ones. We're gonna save the best for last. Man, Darth saying, I had my ticket to WonderCon for yesterday, but that bitch ass rain. Yeah, man, that shit was coming down, huh? I feel you, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's in Anaheim. I'm kind of like on the other side of town, so not really big on going to cons, but I do want to go to some one day. I do want to go to a couple. I've been to like SDCC like one time, and that's it pretty much. I'm not really hit up any of these cons out here, even though they're not far from me, man. I don't know. Never really gone. My man Deep in the house. What's up, Cerebral Deep? Let's go with you, fam. Shout out to Cerebral Deep, bro. The pose master, man. This guy posed the fuck out of his action figures, bro. Yo, welcome, Deep. Welcome to the show, man. Just started. Oh, and then from there also there was like a tease. So they're always kind of teasing stuff out. I don't know if this has to do with the HasLab, but the speculation is in full swing. You guys got any ideas what this could be, or if it's part of something, or if it's just a scaled down version of some shit? I don't know. Could be a Quinjet, or I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell it is. But how they do like those teasers out, and I think they're kind of gearing people up for the next HasLab already, because and the year's already fucking moving, man. We're already through with March, so we're already kind of going towards the summertime, and that's when shit starts to ramp up for reals, man. So you better get those funds in order, man. They're wanting back some of these HasLabs, because you get that initial month, and they charge you straight up. So if this is a HasLab tease, let's hear it. Let's see what it is. I don't have any idea what it could be, though, so don't ask me. But from there, we move on to more reveals from WonderCon. This is a 1/18 scale Ecto 1. I believe it's like a Ghostbusters pack. And like, man, dude, I never knew Ghostbusters was so popular, bro. For it to be a franchise, like, I never knew it was that popular. I remember watching Ghostbusters 1. I liked the movie. I always liked who doesn't like Ghostbusters 1? Ghostbusters 2 was kind of iffy. I never saw the rest of them. All those newer ones that like recently came out, never saw any of them. Especially didn't see that. I think it was the 2016 one where they just like gender swapped everybody. I didn't see that one, so I held off from watching that one. And I felt like that was like the death of the franchise, because I just heard horrible reviews on it. But it just recently started coming back. I know the recent movie just came out. getting kind of mixed reviews. I think people say that it's a fun movie, but it's just too much shit going on, too many characters, and it looks like they always kind of revert back to the classic cast, man. So right here we have like 3 3/4 inch O-ring style figures, man. So it looks like Ghostbusters again, the O-ring treatment. Something that a lot of people want GI Joe from Hasbro. Like they want Hasbro to make GI Joe O-ring stuff because that's like the super old school, the vintage like style figures. And there's a lot of collectors in that type of figure, man. Like I've seen even like modern day Kickstarters making O-ring style figures. It's just I don't know, it's something about them that I guess like some of the older cats they really enjoy, man, because that's probably their childhood right there, you know. So I've seen like modern day stuff, so it's kind of cool to see Hasbro kind of dip back into it and kind of give something out. And for the scale of them, like the head sculpts look fucking good. Like I was like tripping out, like damn, these don't need to. They have no business looking that good, at least for the scale they are. And the Ecto One looks fucking pretty dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like a 1/12 scale version of this, but then at the end of the day, it's like, man, where you put all this stuff, man? Like all this shit takes up fucking real estate in any house, you know. So it's like you got to kind of pick and choose what you really want in 1/12 scale. Man, I say that shit, and I got a Batmobile beast underneath my desk. It's like, fuck, dude, you know, it's like I don't have nowhere to put that fucking thing. I just bought it. I don't even know why I bought it. Honestly, I just thought it was so goofy and crazy. But this is something that it's just cool. It's just I don't know. It's like it's got its iconic look and in a clean like 1/18 scale. Like, yeah, this would look kind of cool, man. Maybe like a little bit of displays for the Ghostbusters, but again, man, I'm not really the hugest fan of Ghostbusters to like kind of even want a display of them. I do want an Ecto One just like as representation of like some Ghostbusters. Like I said, it's got like that iconic look. But I don't know if I want 1/18th. And if they did do a 1/12, I would kind of have to second guess myself and get in it because, like I said, it's just it's a big vehicle, man. So I don't know. I don't know if there's too many people in this chat going in for these because, like I said, this is more for like an older style crowd. Aside from the franchise, just the style of figure, these are like really like vintage style toys. You know, it's like a lot of people want that articulation nowadays, man. I don't think these are gonna provide, man. So I have no idea. I watched the 90s Ghostbusters cartoon. Yeah, bro. And that's what people are waiting for, man. That's what people want Hasbro to make, man. I was actually watching Geek Dad live before the show, and you brought up an interesting point. It's like, dude, how many times are you gonna make figures of this version of Ghostbusters? After a while, it just looks boring. It just looks like 4 guys in khaki suits. Like, that's boring, bro. If you want to make like cool toys, like, dude, that extreme Ghostbusters or the 90s Ghostbusters cartoon, like make that stuff and you might get some like younger people, maybe not as young as like the generations that you want to capture, but I grew up in the 90s. I watched those cartoons. I would probably get those. And dude, those were like going on at the same time as Street Sharks. You saw the hype that Mattel got for those, man. So I feel like Hasbro's not doing themselves any service by like continuing to kind of like, you know, feed like this boomer crowd. But like honestly, I would look into getting on those cartoons sooner rather than later, man, because those are pretty dope designs for like and just kind of keeping that franchise alive more so than the newer movies, to me, in my opinion. Man, Andy says, nah, Vigo and 2 was the dude. Oh, yeah. Like I said, number 2 wasn't bad. I like number 2, but it wasn't as good as number 1, man. But I actually got to go back and watch both of them now. Because I think I'm mixing stuff from both movies, honestly. Not gonna lie. I don't think I've seen it like in over 10 years, honestly. My man Deep. Those do look like old G.I. Joe figs. Yeah, it's like that old ring style. So you get like the articulation, like it's just you can see that shit. You can see the damn O-ring, you know. And like a lot of people want Hasbro to make like a full line of GI Joes in that, and not just Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I think those are the only 2 figures that they've made. Or I think they recently put out, like, not recently, but I think it was like a few years ago, they made a Duke, and the quality was just so shit. It was like they didn't give a fuck about it. And then like a lot of the GI Joe fans, like the older guys, really mad about that, man, because now they licensed that style of figure to Super 7. So Super 7 is actually going to be the ones that make old ring style GI Joes. And, you know, obviously the gripes with Super 7 are, you know, got to ask me about them. Rubber band waist articulation. Yeah, for reals, man. Yeah, super vintagey style toys, man. So got to see how popular they are. But like I said, the Ecto One looks like it's carrying this thing. The one lame thing that I did hear about it, though, is that not all 4 of these figures can fit in this thing. So that's kind of lame, you know. like the play features to have them all in there, I would think, but whatever, it is what it is. I think it's more of a display piece to me than anything. And if you are kind of like one of those people that kind of collect retro style toys, that's an easy purchase, man. Because that Ecto one looking pretty damn solid, man. From there, though, we move on to that Ecto one is in Tickle Your Fancy. Hasbro is reissuing out this Transformers Ecto one. So don't know how popular this one was originally. I think it was exclusive to Target. So now it's a fan channel release and you're able to kind of pick it up at different kind of retailers. But it is kind of cool to always see Transformers doing like these collabs with like different kind of properties and stuff. I know I've seen them do it with like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, there's Ghostbusters. I believe there was another one. And then a brand new one actually kind of revealed this week, along with this reissue, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, baby. So, like I said last week, man, this fucking shit gets reimagined over and over and over. But it's just something that always sells, man. And I was actually watching Prime versus Prime on YouTube. That's like my go-to guy for the Transformer stuff, and he was thoroughly impressed with this Transformer right here, this turtle van, because not only can it transform into the damn van, but you get a fucking mech Transformer turtle, bro. I think the one thing that sucks though is that this image was the initial image that kind of was showing off, and people were like, "Oh, how the hell can you do that with one van?" And you can't. You would have to buy 4 of these bad boys. But they do give you the option to just give it like a clean, standard, clean turtle look. It kind of looks funny because it doesn't have any kind of bandana. But I think I would just have it in this clean look because it's supposed to be the van, it's not supposed to be one of the turtles. Especially if I didn't buy all 4 of them, because I don't think anybody's gonna buy all 4. So it is cool that they give you the option to just kind of have like just a clean turtle without any kind of bandana. And then the actual transformation of the van looks really good, man. Like it looks clean as fuck. Like it just looks great, and it'll look really kind of cool in like a Transformers display if you got them all like in their fucking auto mode or whatever. That would look awesome. And then the transformation is like pretty freaking sick too for what it is. Like I said, they do give you the options to kind of put the different kind of color bandanas of your favorite turtle, the weapons that it comes with, so the accessories that it has, like obviously the weapons for the bros and stuff. So that's awesome. I don't really cover too many Transformers on this channel, but like I said, this is just some super nostalgia bait, super niche kind of thing that I thought was goofy, but they pulled it off really well, man, honestly. And I do remember seeing the Ecto one last time, so it is kind of cool. Give people an opportunity to kind of get the reissue or whatever, because I think the bot mode on this looks pretty fucking dope. Like I would like to see a Transformer like that if it wasn't the Ecto one. It looks awesome. So it is kind of cool that is how the Ecto one transforms. Pretty dope. And then yeah, this one's done really well, man. As goofy as it is, and as probably niche as it might be for a Transformers collector, it's I don't know. You could sell it to Transformers fans and to Turtle fans, man. Like my man, what's my man Ricky saying? I like turtles. Yeah, I like turtles. Yeah. So I want the turtle van. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did it really fucking well, bro. And it's like, damn, that's a Transformer. And it's just like, damn, dude, some of this stuff, like, man, when we were kids, dude, who wouldn't want this as a kid, man? So it's like, I don't ever want to kind of lose that like aspect, like, oh man, this is stupid. Like, who would want this? It's like everybody's just super addicted to just like modern day articulation. And it's like, dude, at the end of the day, these are toys, bro. Like, these are fucking toys, bro. And like to me, it's like a fucking Transformer that does a turtle van and then it is turtle. It's like, that's cool. That's pretty dope, man. And I think in any turtle display, it will look pretty awesome just to have it right there somewhere. Like that would look pretty cool. I gotta see. Like I said, I'm not really up on Transformers like that, so I don't have like a huge collection of them. But if I did, I would probably go in for this easily. Because yeah, look how clean that is. That shit looks fucking dope, man. All the engineering that goes into these, it's like, yeah, it's pretty impressive, man. Because yeah, it just to me, if you just showed me this picture, I would not ever guess that it transforms into this fucking robot. So that's awesome. But yo, we didn't stop there, man, because the turtle action continues, bro, with the powers of Grayskull Turtles. The Turtles of Grayskull. Last week we talked about this Michelangelo figure, so the solicitations finally went up. Regular release, and yeah, man, you can take his He-Man hair off, so you get the classic Mikey, and then you get the fucking He-Man Mikey. And like I was saying last week, I do enjoy the sculpting on like the body and the armor. So it's kind of dope. Like instead of the H, it's the M. It's just the colors match. Everything looks fucking great. I think this is the best. Nah, I don't want to say the best version of the turtle. I do like how the Raph came out. He looks pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm definitely going in for this one. Touched on this one last week, but we continue on. Look at that guy. He looks awesome. We continue on to the Casey Jones that we also talked about last week. But here we finally get the full solicitation, so you can't take all of his gear off. And I think he looks a hell of a lot better like this, man. Maybe just throw his backpack on him. It's something about the mask that I just don't like. He looks more like Shredder to me with that shit. You know, it's like if I didn't see the backpack, I would swear that's Shredder, and the hockey stick and stuff. So it is kind of cool to kind of clean them up a bit. Sculpt on this one looks great, and obviously these are kind of also more vintage retro style figures. Crazy ugly designs. Yeah, not the biggest fan on some of the designs, man, but I am picking up the line, man. I'm pretty like happy about picking up the line because, like I said, I collect turtles and Masters of the Universe, so it's kind of cool to get a blend. But yeah, some of these are creeping up in price too that I don't think it's fully worth the price. And it is, like I said, I will pick up this Casey Jones now that I kind of see you can take off the mask and all that stuff. And he does like kind of better to me without it, man. So I'll probably do it without that. So I am picking that one up. And then from there we move on to Tila and their like turtle power costume. Apparently, like in the comic books, these versions are already, a lot of people already kind of seen these, so they're just kind of waiting for the figures. But this is the first time I'm seeing all of these designs and stuff. She looks pretty cool, you know. She's got like little, obviously you could kind of see the blend of turtles and stuff. The sculpting on it looks great. Like I think you could take the helmet off too. I didn't get the solicitation without her helmet, but it looks good. And then from there we move on to the Skeletor. So we got like the mutagen Skeletor, I think. Super samurai look to him. Looks pretty freaking dope. I like this. I want to have him right next to Shredder. I think they would look fucking sick as fuck, like on some samurai type of shit, like right next to each other. Don't know if this one's gonna be up priced or anything like that. A lot of people are kind of pointing out like his cape or his kind of like cloak or cape thing. It isn't soft goods, but it has like a good texture to it. I hope it's like pliable and stuff. Definitely getting this one. I'm for sure going in for this shit right here. My man D saying Casey Jones was Shredder the whole time. That's crazy. Yeah, I know he does look like Shredder, bro. Skeletor looks great. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. I'm hyped for that one. This is probably like my favorite one of the reveals aside from the Mikey. That looks just, I don't know, just something different, you know. And then King Grayskull Splinter. I think they call them Splinter Skull. So some of the names aren't really doing it for me, man. Like they're kind of goofy, honestly. Like Splinter Skull, they could have came up with something better than that. But yeah, yoked up Splinter, looking pretty dope. If you're familiar with King Grayskull, he's like the champion before he was the first champion. So it's kind of cool that Splinter gets to don his like kind of costume or whatever kind of thing happens in the comic. Yo, Pac is in the house. What up, Pac? Dude, I was laughing at this guy's video. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch his Dick Grayson comparison video, man. It's freaking awesome. And make sure that other people are in the room with you when you're watching it, man. It's just fucking hilarious. Shout out to Pac, man. Welcome to the show, man. But yeah, moving on from here, we did touch on that one last week and also touched on that 2 Bebop and Rocksteady. So it's a 2 bad like kind of mixture. And again, I did kind of point out that one did seem a little bit more deluxe to me, and apparently it is. So it's going to be a deluxe exclusive to Target along with this Splinter right here. So that one's probably going to be priced up a little bit higher than the regular, I think $18 or $15 price points, man. So be on the lookout for that one if you're interested, man. But from there, we move on to the mutated Merman. It is kind of cool that they're kind of reusing the tooling that they did for the Lady Slither. I think this is a Mattel Creations last year. And yeah, like the big thing around this was like this like removable waist that you could kind of like either kind of get the snake body, or you could kind of just put like legs on her and stuff like the regular female body. So they are gonna do the same thing with Merman. And a lot of the people were pointing out just how cool it looks, like the translucent paint on it, like the translucent plastic on it. It just looks really cool. Like if I didn't know this was like a TMNT Motu collaboration, it's like Pixel Dance. It just looks like a really cool Merman. Like it just looks really dope. It's kind of got like that artsy toy vibe to it too, like aesthetic. So I do like that. It looks pretty dope. Yeah, be on the lookout for this one too. This one's gonna be Walmart exclusive. So yeah, probably gonna be a harder one to get, man, because I'm still waiting on trying to get that Krang figure that was a Walmart exclusive recently. That fuck that, I ain't paying no goddamn eBay prices. And part of their regular line, the Origins line, Moss Man, never saw him online, man. I think on eBay he might be like 40-50 bucks. Not worth it to me, man. But hopefully I'm able to kind of get these ones, and hopefully the people that are after these are able to get them. And then also Leatherhead was we were talking about that one last week. So both of these are going to be Walmart exclusive. So the two Bebop and Rocksteady and the Splinter are Target, and then these two deluxe versions are the Walmart exclusives, man. So a lot of people, man, not really happy about that. Haha, thanks for the plug. Y'all watch the video on high volume. Yeah, make sure that like all your family's there with you watching it. Like it's a great time, man. Watch it. Did these collabs happen back in the days? Nah, man. This is the first time they ever collab, Deep. That's why there's a lot of hype around it, man. Like honestly, because it's like two really popular franchises, especially for the kids that grew up in the 80s and stuff, man. Some with the 90s, because obviously the 90s kids are more attached to TMNT than Motu. So it's kind of cool to kind of see it collab for the first time. And we were kind of talking about them last week about like their designs on some of them. They're not really being done like good. But I don't see a lot of gripes with the line overall, man, from the people that are collecting it. I am enjoying it myself, but not so much the ones that are kind of harder to get. And then from there we move on to the Ninja Stealth Suit Leo. Talked about that one last week. And then like Ninja Stealth He-Man. So like He-Man, not fucking mutagen He-Man. So it looks like he comes back to the good side. So that's cool. Does have like these removable armor bits, like that has some kind of like turtle aesthetic to him. So you kind of put that on him or not. And it just looks like a standard, pretty clean He-Man. Honestly, probably like years down the line, this will probably be one of the more sought after He-Man if it ever sells out. And it'll just be such a super niche one that, yeah, maybe people fucking try to go after it and stuff. My man, action figure Boncho, aka B Diddy. I don't want to tell you guys why I call him B Diddy. Nah, just okay. What's up, Boncho? It's good with you, man. So yeah, crazy how strong Motu collecting is. Yeah, man. Like I've always said, like right now, they kind of hit like just like a whirlwind of like just solid stuff, man. Because it's like not only is it getting like the older cats, but it's like pulling people like me and that weren't really familiar with the line, man. And I'm going deep in as much stuff as possible, man. Like, cause it's just something cool about knowing that that's like one of like I guess like the blue chip like properties and stuff and toys and stuff. It's like you wouldn't have a lot of the action figures you have today without like Masters of the Universe and shit. So the stuff that they did with like reusing molds and creating new characters and all that stuff, it's pretty dope, man. And it's kind of crazy to kind of know the history about that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I collect it now. Cause I don't know. I want like in my toy room, I want to have like Motu represented really well. So it's cool that they're kind of giving a little bit of everything for everybody, man. Cause from there we move on to, more Turtles of Grayskull. So here we have April and Hordak, and no information on these, but I do think these are going to be probably exclusive either to Mattel Creations or one each, maybe Walmart and one Target. Because just by judging by the designs of them with the wings and stuff, yeah, these look like they're going to be priced up a little bit higher than the regular price points. So be on the lookout for these. And then from there, we move on to the main line, the Origins line. We have Reptilex and Vipor. So I believe these are like two new characters. And if anybody's kind of familiar with the Eternia set, that fucking snake viper fucking thing sticking out is supposed to be like represented in figure form right here with this guy on the right. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one. I believe these are just fan channels, so you could just pick these up at regular price points. But going deep in the Snake Man, dude, like I've not really gone that deep in the Snake Man, but I do need to catch up, man, because there are a shit ton of them, bro. And now that they're kind of creating newer characters, it's like, god damn it, you motherfuckers! Like you couldn't wait on this shit. Everybody's getting a kick of that B Diddy, bruh. Oh man. My man Boncho, my boy Boncho, yeah. Take that. Hey, yo. Oh man. Nah, but shout out to Boncho, man. But yeah, like I said, more part of the mainline stuff, but it's just you got to really keep up with these Snake Man, dude, because like I said, they're creating new characters on the fly. So not only do you got to get the ones that are like vintage, but now if you really want the full collection, you got to get the newer characters and stuff. And then also part of the main line, we got this Crimson Horde trooper. So pretty dope looking fucking design on them, or at least deco. And then these little bots, I know like the vintage ones had like little gray ones, and I was watching Pixel Dan talk about them. So it's like they haven't been releasing the Origins line yet. But obviously they got the molds and everything ready. And the same thing goes for that Bebop, that 2 Bebop. They haven't done the Origins line too bad. So now that they have the tooling ready for that, you can probably see that one coming out fairly soon. And then from there, you move on to, I believe this is a Target exclusive. This is the Stranger Things collaboration with Masters of the Universe. So, Stranger Things looks like they collaborate with everybody too. So here we have like a He-Man with a Vecta. And pretty cool thing about this He-Man, dude. I honestly, like, even if you don't are a fan of Stranger Things, like that just looks like a character that could kind of fit into your like Masters of the Universe display just on its own. And then the cool thing about the He-Man is that shield is like kind of a nod or an homage to something from Dungeons and Dragons, I think. So the shield itself like looks really cool. And the same thing I was saying about that ninja stealth suit, or ninja stealth He-Man. This one might be a sought after He-Man too in the very far future, because it looks like it's a 2-pack that's going under the radar for a lot of people because it's just such a goofy collaboration. But the He-Man just looks like a standard, kind of more muted colors, but that's something about that shield makes me think that it's going to be a sought after figure, man. So be on the lookout for that one if you are interested. Say, how tall is the Crimson River? It could be dope army builder. Yeah, I think it might be closer to 6 inch. These are all 5.5-inch scale figures. But I believe they're about the same size. Let me look at them real quick. Yeah, they look like they're about the same size from just a regular Origin. So it's probably like 5.5. But yo, they did reveal a Revelation or a Masterverse Horde Trooper. So be on the lookout for that one. That one's gonna be tall, standing probably like 7.5 inches, man. But they're like in these like robotic bodies that like it'll still work. So I'm definitely gonna pick some of those up. But yeah, I'll probably see what's up with this one. I have a feeling this one might be exclusive to also to Target or something. And then yeah, like I was saying with this Vecta and He-Man, if I can find this on sale, I might swoop in for it, man, just for that He-Man. There's something about it like it's telling me to kind of get it. And then from there, we move on to the Filmation cartoon line. And yeah, man. This is getting a lot of people, bro, because yeah, man, if you grew up with this cartoon, I myself didn't, but obviously it's what kind of gave birth to the line of stuff. Simultaneously, I guess it kind of came out with like the figure, like the action figure stuff and the cartoon. Now it looks like Mattel's kind of making figures that kind of look more like the cartoon, That's one of the things that I guess like kids when they grew up buying these toys were like, hey, this doesn't even look like the cartoon. Same thing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like you were watching the cartoon and then you got the Playmates toys and they look completely different. Still cool though, So now I guess in modern day, with the up in technology and the face printing and the sculpting and all the stuff that can be done now, they're able to pull these looks off, man. So here we have the Prince Adam and Cringer 2-pack. And dude, this was probably like one of the most hyped things for the Masters of the Universe stuff that was revealed this weekend, because yeah, Mo Tuesday was in full swing, man. And kind of touched on this figure a little bit last week when they had their Mo2 revealed event. But yeah, this past Tuesday, it just looked like all the influencers already kind of knew what was coming down the pike, and they all had the solicitations ready to go. Pre-orders went live, and I did lock in one of these 2-packs because I think it's just pretty cool to get an articulated Cringer. I don't think it was ever part of the vintage line. So a lot of people are really hyped on that one, man. It looks cool. It looks like his fucking pet cat or whatever and shit. So that's pretty dope. And then Prince Adam looks pretty great too. I wanted more of like a hat, like a smiling or a laughing head sculpt, but I think you could still pull off that meme with that little like smirk and eyes closed head sculpt. It looks pretty good. And then Cringer just looks pretty good too, just super cartoony. Like, man, that's what I'm saying. I have like a cartoon shelf. If I don't put these like with my Masters of the Universe stuff, I'll probably put these two guys right there. That would just look kind of cool, right next to like my Simpsons or some shit. Even though it wasn't a cartoon I grew up with, I am impressed by how well they're pulling the stuff off, man. Because it just looks like the animation stuff. It just looks exactly like the cartoon. And then we have this Evil Lynn, also part of the cartoon line. And I think one of the bigger gripes that people are giving towards this figure is like the tone of like her skin tone. It's like in the cartoon she was like more flesh colored, and in the action figure she had like a more of like a yellowy green type of skin. So right here it looks like they're kind of going more towards yellow, not so much in this solicitations right here, but And one of the other preview images, it was like yellow skin, and a lot of people were wondering like, if this is supposed to be a representation of the cartoon, why are you guys not making it as accurate as possible? I honestly, dude, I honestly think it's just something about like sexualizing like just action figures or like characters in video games or movies. It's just like full on stop, man. But it's just like, dude, like I really don't have like any kind of gripes with like people not wanting their kids to be around that type of stuff. Like I understand, completely understand. But at the same time, it's like, dude, like you can't just make everything safe. You can't make everything PC. I think one of the things that a lot of people are like um seeing right now with one of the Marvel Legends of the Goblin Queen is that it's like, yeah, it's pretty accurate to the show, but like they hit up that skin as much as possible. And it's like on top of like it being adult collectors buying this stuff, it's like, what's wrong with the kid liking girls? Or like, like, what I'm saying? It almost feels like it's like, yeah, it's okay for like, them to not like girls. I understand that too. But like I just find it so strange that it's like this thing going on, man. And there's like right now in the video game industry, I think a lot of people are kind of seeing that with like a lot of the video games. I think a lot of people saw that with the Spider-Man 2 game with Mary Jane. What the fuck? What did they do to her? It's like, why did they make her ugly? Like, I've never seen Mary Jane look that ugly ever. And it's just like, yeah, it's a more older Mary Jane or whatever. Like, like, dude, look at the images of the Ultimate Spider-Man coming out right now in the comic. That's an older Mary Jane married to Peter. She don't look like some hag, bro. She looks good. And it's just like, know your audience, man, and not to say that like, oh, like looking at this action figure gets me off, but if that's the reason that Mattel didn't give her like a more flesh tone skin, that's lame, bro. Like that for real is fucking lame. And that's just my theory on it, honestly, because I've just been kind of paying attention to all this stuff kind of going on. And I'm kind of taking note of it, like, that's so odd, And it's like I have this conversation with like friends or like different people, like, and I'm just like, dude, it's it's crazy, and like they find it odd too, because like their kids, they don't think about it like that either. Like they want to hide their kids from like liking girls or liking stuff like that. It's just so odd, but I don't know. I guess it's just the times we're living in, man. But yeah, be on the scope it out now. Take note of that stuff if you guys can, like, because you'll see it now, like in video games, they'll do that type of stuff. Like action figures, we've seen that stuff before. Like I think it was like last year or 2 years ago with the Engine of Vengeance, where they were like, oh, we can't release this figure because she looks too sexy. It's like, according to who? According to what? Like what are you talking about? But yeah, going on a little tangent right there, but this is just my theory on what it is right here, because I did see a lot of people kind of pointing that out in the Motu community, that it's like, wait, like she had like a lighter tone, like flesh, and right here it's like super yellowy, so it doesn't look like it's like a scantily clad woman, So I don't know, gotta wait and see. But I think the figure looks great. Like figure looks good, sculpt looks awesome. Like I think it's still gonna sell well, but yeah, one of the things that people are pointing out is that girls are gross. Yeah, exactly, man. Girls got cooties. Like, I don't know, man. I don't really understand that type of stuff, because it's like, yeah, I get people should be tolerant of like people's, sexual preferences and stuff like that, but it almost feels like heterosexuality is like what we should be, keeping people from. And it's like, I don't think so, man. I think it should just be even, and let people decide on that type of stuff. What's crazy is that Mattel makes female WD figures accurate attires, but can't do it for the He-Man. More kids watch WWE than He-Man. Yeah, very true. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. I find it very odd, but this is just the theory that I was kind of coming up with, because like I look at that Goblin Queen and then look at the X-Men 97 animation. And it's like, why not make it as accurate as possible? Like you're telling me like a little bit of flesh on this figure is going to be a bad thing for who? I have no idea. The figure's still selling well. I think people can overlook it because they've kind of ingrained it in themselves that it's like, oh yeah, that's they had to do that because this is an action figure for kids. And a kid can't look at a girl like what the fuck is wrong with that? It's getting crazy out there, man. But I hope that's not like the agenda behind certain stuff, but hey, man, I'm just kind of keeping an open mind to possibilities. How dare you voice your opinion on the internet? Yeah, I like this comment right here. This was funny. Okay, Will, you cracking me up. Listen up, weebs. My man Boncho, the diddler, B Diddy. Andy's knows. We were talking about that shit this week. We were talking about it. About that figure, man. Still looks great though. I got my hands on it, and like I was saying, lock those in because they're starting to sell out, guys. But from there, we move on to Web Store, also part of the cartoon collection. No kind of information. I think these are also fan channel. I think this one already went in for pre-order, and then these two I don't think have gone on for pre-order. This is the cartoon collection, Clawful and Spikor. So you're able to kind of build out the ranks for the bad guys because you're gonna need them, guys. Next up, we have the Collector, part of the cartoon collection that vehicle never released in the vintage line, man. But here we have Skeletor's spaceship or cosmic ship. And this thing looking pretty fucking dope, man. Pretty sizable piece too, man. Like right here, we have the Origins cartoon collection Skeletor right next to it. You're able to fit at least 3 figures in there. I think this thing looks fucking dope, and a lot of people were really hyped on it, man. Because yeah, never been released before in the vintage line, and it was a ship that was always seen in the cartoon. It came out a lot of times, so a lot of people always wanted that shit, man. My man Deep, a T-Rex with claws, yeah, kind of looks like it, huh? Kind of has like this fucking like, yeah, kind of like a skeleton, I guess, with claws, but this shit looks pretty dope. I think it looks dope. Oh, you're talking about Clawful, huh? Yeah, he does kind of look like a T-Rex. It looks completely different from like the vintage toy. Like these cartoon like looks, they look a little bit different, man. Because yeah, I guess they had to simplify the sculpts and stuff when they did the toys. But yeah, now modern day, you're able to pull all these looks off, man. But going back to this ship, I think this shit is fucking dope, man. I'm gonna lock one of these in when they hit fucking in stock. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be put that shit around my Eternia's place somewhere because this shit looking badass, bro. Able to get Beastman in there, Trapjaw, Skeletor, so it's gonna look pretty dope. And again, super retro or vintage style toys, like not the greatest freaking engineering going on in here, but it is cool, man. If you're kind of collecting a line, and like I was saying, man, these are toys, these are fun, and if it's able to give like older people like some kind of like childhood like nostalgia, it's like that's cool, And me, for myself, I'm kind of just learning about the line or the property as the stuff comes out. So when they first teased this off, I believe it was on Artwork. Somebody was like, "Oh, this shit's gonna come out on the line. Like that's gonna be dope." That's when I started to look into it. Like, oh shit, damn, that motherfucker had a ship like that. That's dope. That shit looks sick. And yeah, now that it's out, people are fucking hyped for it, man. So be on the lookout for this one if you're interested, man. A lot of the vehicles they do sell really well, but they also hit clearance. I'm not 100% sure if this one will. I'm not even exactly sure if it's like exclusive to somewhere, if it's fan channel, but I don't think I'm gonna see this at Target or anything like that. So I better lock it in through Big Guy Toy Store. My man Ghost in the house was cracking fools. Yo, Ghost, what's good with you, man? Ghost is probably walking in here and he sees this shit right here. Like, what the hell y'all dudes talking about? I'm just kidding. That comment made me laugh. But yeah, man. Be on the lookout for that. But then from there, we move on to the 7-inch scale stuff. This is a part of their Masterverse line. Under the Masterverse, they kind of have like these different kind of lines too, kind of like how the main line has, or like the Origins has the main stuff, and then they have the cartoon. This falls under the New Eternia Masterverse stuff. So here we have New Eternia, Power Punch He-Man. And one of the things that people were kind of pointing out is the head sculpt on this, man. A lot of people that picked up that New Eternia Faker, he had like this different kind of He-Man head sculpt that a lot of people wanted just a regular standard He-Man to look like. And now that it's here, a lot of people don't really like it. It's just something about him that doesn't look like He-Man. It kind of something a little bit different about it, but I don't know. I think it looks good to me. I don't know. I liked it. I didn't really think any gripes about it, but yeah, a lot of people were kind of pointing that out when that first Faker came out. They were like, "Oh, they should paint this to look like He-Man." And yeah, now that they did, it's like it doesn't look like him because he has like a more stern look on his face. And there's something about the eyes too. So I don't know. It is the painted head sculpt though now. So people got what they wanted, man. So I'll probably pick this one up, man. I like how this looks, and I do like the effects that he has and like the armor that he has. So that shit looks pretty fucking dope. Probably pick this one up. And then like his like backpack thing like opens up and stuff like that. I just didn't get the image for that. But yeah, it looks pretty standard, man. I am kind of collecting this New Eternia line here, so What's my man saying? His knees look weak. Yeah. Yeah, you think so? Every time I got the double joints, they only bend one of the joints. I hate that. I don't know. I'll probably pick this one because, like I said, this is the only line that I'm collecting from the Masterverse stuff. It's just the new Eternia shit. They're getting me with that stuff for sure. Is that Rosie O'Donnell? Oh hell no! Damn. Oh man, she wears underwear with dick holes in them. Remember Dave Chappelle when they had the Rosie O'Donnell? Oh man, D's getting the kick. Come on, guys. Why y'all hating? That's why Mesco doesn't listen to us nerds. She's talking about Ricky. This line is weak. Goddamn, Darth don't like nothing up in here. You don't like Black Series. You don't like Motu. You don't like Marvel Legends. What do you like, Darth? What you collecting? Hey, he likes that DC shit. That's we saving that for last, Darth. That's the good shit, bro. But from there we move on to a new Eternia Cyclone. It's like I was saying, I was showing off that Origin Cyclone. Just came out fucking this week. Just came out last week, so I got that shit in fast. But here we have the new Eternia version of it. So this is like very modern, I guess, kind of looks to them. Very cool. That, like I said, that's why a lot of people are digging the new Eternia line because it's like these kind of like modern takes on like these like almost kind of classic looking, just kind of bringing it into modern day. And I like how this looks. He just looks freaking dope. Like he has his colors pop. He's got dope effects. Like that fucking like flame effect or whatever. It looks pretty dope. I don't know if this fool's gonna spin like the Origins one, but it would be kind of cool to get some kind of like play feature on him. I don't think any of the Masterverse stuff has any kind of play features though, man. But it would be the scale to do that shit for. Again, this is probably more for the newer type of collectors that I see, at least, that are picking up some of the Masters of the Universe stuff because they're not going in for the Origin stuff. But the Masterverse stuff is what they're going in for. So you do get like another kind of, I don't know if it's like a faceplate or a head sculpt, but I think it looks fucking dope. I'm copying this shit for sure. This was probably one of the heaters of the reveals from the Masterverse stuff that I think. And then from there, new Eternia Merman. So you get a new Merman and then new Eternia Battle Armor Skeletor. So these haven't gone up for pre-order yet. But like I said, I'm collecting the new Eternia stuff, so for sure I'm getting these. And that Skeletor looks like he's ready to do some damage. He looks fucking sick. I like just a fucking looks like that battle armor just updated, man. Like his pauldrons and shit looks sick. The axe, his sword, it looks awesome. I'm copying that. Man, Marvel Legends, I like. Boo this man. Boo this man. Nah, I feel you, Darth. He says Mayfex SH third parties quality. Come on now. Come on, Darth. You one of those guys, huh? Nah, I like you gotta have a little bit of, yeah, you gotta have your specific taste, but I like to look at a couple of different things. And New Eternia is one of the lines that I'm fucking hyped on, man. But from there, from New Eternia, we move on to the Power Princess line. So again, this does fall under Masterverse, but this is part of the Power Princess. You have Leech. So another one of the Horde members, to kind of go with that, I believe it was the Horde Act that came out maybe like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So now you're kind of be able to build out the ranks. And then Grizzlor also came out last year and part of the Power of the Princess line. So yeah, you're able to kind of build out the ranks there. I never got that Grizzlor, goddammit. That shit sold out on BBTS before I even locked in the pre-order, and I just never went back for it. But like I said, I'm only been collecting the New Eternia stuff. But if they never make a Grizzlor in New Eternia or a Leech or Hordak in there, then I'll have to go back and get those, man. But yeah, interesting to see this. And then part of the new series Revolutions. So this is another subline in the Masterverse. This is from the Netflix series. We have a Hordak, Revolutions Hordak, Emperor Hordak. So he looks pretty fucking dope, man. Like honestly, like I like the design on this shit. I haven't watched the new season of that stuff, but I heard it was pretty good. I heard a lot of people liked it a lot more than season 1. It looks pretty cool. Like the design on this guy looks pretty dope. And I did enjoy the designs on some of the characters from there, but I don't know. It was something about picking up those versions. I knew they were gonna do the new Eternia stuff, and that's the stuff I'm more stoked on. So I think I'll hold off on this guy. And then also part of the Revolutions, we have Man of War Duncan. So it looks like fucking Man at Arms got upgraded in that series. And then Green Goddess Tila. So it looks like that bitch got the snake powers or some shit. So that's interesting. She looks pretty cool. Yeah, probably gonna hold off on these because I haven't really picked up anything from that series and Netflix and stuff. The first wave I picked up the Skeletor and the He-Man, and that was it. Oh, and then the like the Caveman He-Man, I forgot what the fuck it was called. Oh, and King Grayskull. I'm over here saying I haven't picked up shit from him. I got a I got a few. But yeah, probably hold off on these ones, especially from season 2. I for sure don't have anything from season 2. And then part of their other subline from Masterverse, we got action figure Boncho. The Diddler, B Diddy in the house. Oh, bro, this 87 Beast Man, dude. I was not gonna buy these figures. I was not gonna buy anything from the 87 movie line. But god damn it, bro. I want like a shelf just full of action figure Bonchos, man. This shit looks like my boy Boncho, low key though. There's a bunch of figures that look like Boncho, dude. Aquaman, you got Thor, you got Roman Reigns, you got this Beast Man. I just want a goddamn shelf for that shit, man. My boy Boncho, dude. I showed him this. I was like, bro, why does this shit look like you, my dude? I gotta get this figure, bro. I have to. And it's like, dude, I have like wrestling figures, and I only buy the guys that I've like watched or enjoyed. Never seen a Roman Reigns match, bro. I've never watched wrestling in years. I had to get a Roman Reigns figure just because he looked like my boy Boncho, man. And I was like, dude, I got to get a whole shelf of Boncho action figures going, man. The action figure Boncho display. He even has a smile, bro. That really him, Boncho. Yup, for real. Boom. Too good, man. I was like, yo, this shit is fire, bro. We got to get this one, dude. This shit is sick as fuck. And I saw a lot of people hyped on this one, man. That movie is pretty bad movie, man. I think I've seen half of it only. But obviously the purists, they love it, man. So they're loving these 87 movie figures. I'll probably just get this one though, just because of my man right here. Man. Darth, have a good one, bro. Take care, man. We'll see you back next week, bro. We'll run it back, man. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that one. And then from there, we move on to the Throne Skeletor, baby. So you got Skeletor and his Throne Deluxe fucking Throne, man. This price was not that cheap, bro. But fuck, I'll be damned if I was gonna pass on this thing. This shit was looking hot, man. Yeah, super sick. He's got his Havoc staff. He's got the staff of Ka, I think it is. So it's like the serpent's fucking staff. Light up LED features on the flames. The sculpting on the Skeletor just looks fucking great. Like, dude, I don't know if you could take off the like his hood or like if that's an extra head. It looks like the jaw articulates, so it looks like he has an articulated jaw. This shit looks fucking sick as fuck, bro. I was like, damn, man. I think this is what caught a lot of people off guard. Was like, whoa, shit. I gotta pay attention to this one because this thing looking hot, man. I did see that the flames right here are like red versus the green. So I don't know if it's like two different kind of switches or like two different kind of light versions or something. But that is cool, man. I for sure locked one of these in though, like at least one for sure. Shout out to Boncho. I know he said he locked 2 in. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but damn, I was gotta get this one. This looks like a damn centerpiece, honestly, for a lot of Motu displays, man. So probably pick up 2 maybe down the line. Maybe to kind of keep one in box if this shit ever fucking breaks down or some shit. But yeah, this one's dope, man, for sure. I think it was a $70 price point though, man. So it's not cheap, bro. Not cheap at all. Like at all. That's pretty pricey for something like this, man. But all that sculpting on that throne, man. I mean, it's a fucking throne, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope. And then from there you move on to the 1/6 collection of Masters of the Universe. So yeah, like people are saying, man, a little bit of something for everybody. You get the retro style toys, you get the more modern day stuff with the Masterverse, and then you get 1/6 collectors eating good too, man. So looks like we got a tease right here for Tila coming out. So that's one's gonna look pretty fucking dope. No other kind of images yet, so probably next week we could touch back on this one, man. My man Will saying, "Yeah, copped one." Yeah, I think that you gotta get one of these, man. This thing is looking sick as fuck. I've been playing with getting a classic Skeletor, and is this a good choice? Yeah, I would say this is a pretty good choice, man. This is I think it falls under the new Eternian line. There wasn't like no other information about like what it kind of falls under, but it's definitely not from like the series on Netflix, and it's definitely not like anything from the cartoon or anything like that. So yeah, this will probably be like probably your quintessential Skeletor, honestly, for for just any kind of collection, anything, any kind of baddie shelf display that you have cooking or something. This will look pretty cool on there. You got a fucking throne, bro. So that shit's sick. He's got like the cape and stuff. So that looks badass. Yeah, this is for sure gonna be like a centerpiece and a display for me. Copping that for sure. And then this Tila, haven't copped any of the Mondo stuff other than Skeletor. Haven't even opened that shit, man. So probably gonna hold off on this for sure. But man, those Mondos are always looking good, man. I know my man Boncho, we're teasing him a bit, but he's got a pretty sick ass Mondo collection cooking. I think he's just kind of stick with the baddies though, so he's probably gonna pass on this. But yeah, gonna have to see this one roll out next week. We'll probably double back on it. They stole my whole flow, yeah, for reals, man. This fucking shit looks hilarious, bro. Oh man, and it was funny too because this is the only shot that they gave of him, and I was like, oh fucking A, dude. When I was getting the pictures, I was like, why does this look like somebody? But we'll keep it moving, man. That was it for the Masters Universe. Mo Tuesday, like I said, Mo Tuesday was in full effect, man. But we'll move on to another 1/6. Here we have a Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. And this right here is the Artisan Edition, man. Already sold out, limited to 4,000 pieces. But if you guys are kind of familiar with like these Artisan versions of the Hot Toys, I believe they did the Joker from the Dark Knight movies. And real kind of hair being used for this shit, man. So as detailed as you can get a Hot Toys to be, this is it right here. $400 price point on it. There is 3 versions of it. So there's like the collector standard version, and then there's like a deluxe version. I think it comes with like a base. That one's like I think $30 more, and then it charges way up to like $120 more, I think, for this Artisan version. Like I said, already sold out, but I think this would have been a cool one if you are a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe not so much of a fan of this movie, but it might be the last time you get an opportunity to get a Hot Toys version of Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they're race swapping them and gender swapping them to like a woman and shit. So I don't know if those Pirates of the Caribbean movies are going to be as popular as these ones. But I don't know. As a Hot Toys collector, I probably would have picked this up. This is pretty damn cool, man. Like, this shit looks fucking real as shit, bro. Look at this shit. Like, god damn. Like, this just looks fucking crazy good, man. Like, got the dreads. I believe they use like wool, from what I understand. They use like wool for some of the dreads, and then like some kind of hair for like the hair parts. So yeah, this shit looks fucking great. It's got all these kind of accessories. The stand is cool too. I'll show you, I got a better picture of the stand, but it has like the pirate I forget what the steering wheel thing is called on the ship, but yeah, it has that thing, and it looks freaking dope, man. And yeah, I did like the movies, man, but I don't know if I liked them enough for it to be a fucking my first Hot Toys and shit like that, or not my first Hot Toys, but started Hot Toys collection. He's looking like a dookie in it, the dookie in his bed. Yeah, for real, right? That picture on the right, look at that shit. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope. I think one of the gripes that I heard about this one though is like the little braided beard wasn't real hair, and they could have easily done that easily, but I think they just didn't. Just do the hair on the top. But I think just the beard, the little braids on his beard, that would have definitely set it off for some of the more niche or the more dedicated Hot Toys collectors. I was watching Justin's collection. He was talking about this figure this morning. So yeah, he was kind of giving me the full rundown on it, man. And that's the guy I go to for the Hot Toys stuff, man. I got all these fucking different kind of channels that I watch for specific stuff. But yeah, this is pretty dope Hot Toys, man. Already sold out, so don't know if you could kind of cop this one, but if you are a fan of this movie, I strongly suggest looking into probably getting just the regular standard version or the deluxe, because like I said, I don't think you're going to get a Johnny Depp figure this guy anymore, man. I think that's probably why Rebel Tech kind of recently reissued their version of him, because it's probably the last time you're ever going to get a chance to get this figure, man, of this character. I think they kind of let him out, hang to dry and shit. I don't think they stood behind him during that whole case, and it's pretty shitty of Disney to do that, man. You know what I mean? Because I think they did that for Jonathan Majors. They didn't fucking cancel that dude right away. They kind of let the trial play out, and then they fired him. But I think with Depp, it wasn't like that. So kind of sucks for him, because he was a dope part of that, integral part of that whole franchise, man. So gotta see if they reboot the whole thing or they continue on or whatever. But I don't know. But yeah, move on from there. Move on to another like reissue, fucking Mesco Toys Popeye. Man, I had no idea this figure sold out. I thought this shit was still available to places, man. I remember the hype around this shit when this shit first came out. I never really liked it myself. It was something about it that just looked like, I don't know. It just I never really liked it. I have seen a bunch of like photography of it. People always kill it, but I don't know. I always wanted him to look more like the cartoon, and this shit just looks like some ugly ass motherfucker right here, like in real world, you know. But it does give people an opportunity that they wanted to get it now, so it's got a reissue going. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with this shit right here. Anybody in the chat got the original one, or are they interested in getting this one back? My man CC, damn, they should brought him back because of the reboot is weak. Yeah, man. Yeah, Depp. Yeah, they fucking up without him, bro. Like that franchise is dead in the water without my man Depp. So well, who knows? They should probably just shelve that shit for a while and years down the line until they can find another actor, kind of play out some of this stuff and just reboot the whole thing. We gotta wait and see, man. But all that shit going on with Disney, bro, they're running out of ideas over there. They just reboot everything or just kind of live action everything or some shit. Make sequels to stuff. I think there's a new Toy Story coming out. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's like, dude, come up with something else, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be on the lookout. But going back to this Popeye, is anybody getting this reissue, or like do they have the original, or like they interested in going in for this one for the first time? I myself will just hold off. I wasn't really a fan of it when it first came out, and it hasn't really grown on me. So I do like Popeye though. I mean, who doesn't like Popeye? I think what company made a recent I think it was Dawson Toys. They made one, but they had like these ugly pegs on them. He did look pretty good. But it got some of these ugly pegs on. My man Will got the OG. You should take pictures of that one. Will, I think you killed some photography of that, man. I don't think I've seen pictures. You take pictures of it, but yeah, like I said, it's never really like been a figure that I really like. But every time I do see pictures with it, I'm like, damn, people do kill it, and it is kind of cool to kind of see like what live action Popeye would be or real world, I guess. But I've always just wanted the cartoon, like a good cartoon figure of him. I just kind of held off on that dancing because of the fucking ugly articulation they had on the hips. That shit looked ugly as fuck. It looks super outdated. But yeah, this is up for pre-order again. Kind of weird that they're kind of reissuing these out, man. Hope they fucking reissue out some of the more sought after ones like Conan or like some of these other ones that they got sold out and skyrocketed in price, man. I think it holds out hope for like maybe a TMT set down the line, maybe for the people that missed out. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one if you are interested. I think it's up for pre-order on their site, and I don't know if it went up for pre-order or anywhere else. But yeah, my man Wavy in the house. What's up, Wavy? He said I almost caught, but it looks weird as fuck. Yeah, something about it. It's like, yeah, oh shit, like who doesn't like Popeye? But it's like, damn, it's like real world Popeye, you know. So I don't know. And then I didn't get the other solicitation, but he does kind of come with his raincoat right here too. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know it was a popular one when it first came out. A lot of people were really hyped on it. It really hyped on it, man. Because I think it's just, yeah, who doesn't want Popeye, dude? He was fucking dope as fuck. I always remember, even like my grandpa knew about Popeye, bro. Like that's fucking old school as fuck. Like, remember he would always be. My grandpa was like, "Yo, bro," that fool was like, "Dude, that motherfucker was working since he was like fucking 10, bro." Fucking had like all these muscles, and he would always like say he was Popeye. I always remember that, so I always do want a figure of him. Maybe get this Mesco if Nail Server comes out. From there, we move on to Super 7. Looks like they have another version of the Czarface coming out, Czarface Noir. So it's like a rap mascot right here. Not really up on like a lot of their music and stuff. I think it's like Inspector Deck and like Esoteric or something like that. It's like a producer and then like a rapper, and then I think like other cats are in there too, but I'm not 100% sure on it, man. I listen to the modern day hip hop, even the modern underground stuff. I'm really out on it, man. All I listen to now is like classic rock and shit. That's all I have playing in my car all the time. But here we have Czarface Noir, and shout out to Rojo. I didn't see him in here, but he did pick up the other version. He was like, we were kind of chatting the other day. I think it was like a few weeks back, and he actually told me that he was really impressed by it, man. Obviously, you know, you can't really tell here because it's just like more render style from Super 7. Like, you know, obviously it was what they do. But I think the scope looks pretty good for what it is. It just, I don't know. I know it's like a music mascot, but like just as an action figure, it looks pretty fucking cool. Like, it looks pretty dope. I don't know. I'm still kind of full on stop on Super 7 stuff, man. So I'll probably hold off on it. But yo, standard $55 price point right here, ultimate version. And I did see that this is kind of trying to homage that Secret Wars #8, that black suit first appearance or whatever for Spider-Man. They didn't try to get the pose going right here. I don't know how well they pulled the pose off from the album cover, the LP cover. I'm mad to get that from the internet, but yeah, I saw that they were trying that. I'm like, damn, it actually couldn't even hit that pose. It's like, I got a question, just the articulation on this shit still. But yo, big rumor, man. I was actually watching 3POA yesterday, and somebody in the chat was talking about how some kind of like stuff on Reddit right now. I don't really use Reddit myself, so I didn't really get to see this. But they actually sent it to Laser Pants. He was kind of reading it out. He actually has a video up now on his channel reading it out. Apparently Brian Flynn is out, man, as like the head honcho at Super 7. I think he's still the CEO, but he doesn't really have final say on like some of the action figure stuff anymore. So apparently because of that, there was like investors that kind of invested in his company. I think they bailed him out with like $36 million, and I guess they kind of had to restructure the company up a bit. And yeah, according to that Reddit post, he's not the guy in charge of like the final say when it comes to like these releases. So I actually have been hearing like updated stuff on some of the recent releases, like the fucking the latest wave of TMNT, like that Duncan Donnie. I've been hearing great things about it, and like I've seen pictures of it. I'm like, damn, that shit does look really good compared to the previous wave, where it was just dog shit. Where even Pixel Dan was just ripping them apart for being so loose. So I looks like they fixed up their QC issues and some of the stuff that was really kind of plaguing that company. Obviously they got a ways to go for like updated articulation. But for something like this, there's just like, obviously the sculpt carries it. I don't know if I would really need a superly articulated version of this. I don't really have any kind of collection in my setup for anything kind of like music properties and stuff. But I was talking about Todd McFarlane's Music Maniacs last week of just getting like Ozzy Osbourne or something. So I don't know. Maybe people are building out those types of collections, and this would kind of slot right in. Obviously, fans of Czarface would probably be hyped on this one too, because like who else is gonna make an action figure of this? But yeah, going back to those rumors, I don't know how true they are. I don't know how much fucking fire is behind that smoke. But it would kind of explain a lot of stuff that I've been seeing recently with some of their recent waves of stuff hitting. Because yeah, I've been like seeing a lot of posts of that Duncan Donnie, and I'm like, damn, I kind of want that shit, but I'm like, I don't know, because compared to the Samurai Leo, that thing was like a floppy mess, bro. Where it was like people were just full on out, like the design and the scope could not carry that. And like, man, like according to that post, like Brian Flynn was just like really cutting corners in a lot of places that he shouldn't have had, because obviously, like we've always kind of pointed out, they hold some of these licenses hostage. Who else is gonna make Silverhawks? Nobody. It's either buy this or don't buy anything. So a lot of the times people they'll bite on that stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one if you're interested. And moving on from there, we go on to the Icon Collectibles Frazetta girls. We have what's this bitch's name? Tigra from Fire and Ice. And we talked about this figure maybe like two weeks ago or a week ago. Finally the full solicitations kind of went up for pre-order. And yeah, man, I mean, obviously a lot of people are kind of pointing out like the lack of articulation, but I feel like a figure like this, it's the same thing that kind of applies to this right here. It's like the sculpt has to carry it, and I think the sculpt looks pretty good, man. Obviously we were talking about that Tila figure and like the lack of sexualizing female action figures and stuff, and I don't think they gave a fuck here at all, because this thing is sculpted pretty damn good. Obviously the Panther isn't sculpted, it's more of a statue. I believe it has an articulated jaw. And honestly, if they would have made an articulated Panther, they would have sold the fuck out of this thing right here. But yeah, I don't know. I, for one, held off on this. Like, I think I've seen Fire and Ice like maybe one time, and I can't remember that shit for the life of me. So it's like not really like my cup of tea, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not that like interested in getting this figure right here, though. Even though I am. No, I can appreciate the sculpt for what it is, and I can appreciate the figure for what it is, but it's just not my cup of tea, especially from like a new company kind of making this type of stuff. I do see this right here on the right, this image right here. That would have been cool to be soft goods, but I think it's just like some soft rubber overlay. So it's not gonna be soft goods or anything like that. But I think they still pulled it off well. Like it doesn't like look blocky or doesn't it looks kind of natural. It kind of does look like it's soft goods, you know. What's my man saying? She's making me articulate. Yeah, 3 p.m. after show was kind of crazy. My man, messing up the Simpson line was a huge fumble on Super 7. Jackson's about to make money with theirs. Yeah, man. They're talking about that last week, dude. I don't know how they could fumble fucking Simpsons line, bro, but like not putting out a Bart Simpson or Homer, just at least Homer Simpson, bro, regular version. Like, oh my God, dude. I was like waiting for that. Like, all right, once we see that, maybe I'll try that one. Like, what the fuck were they thinking, dude? And that's part of the reason why I feel like that Reddit post was like onto something, because it's like every interview that I ever seen Brian Flynn, it was always like, oh, we're gonna make what we want to make. We're gonna make the stuff that we like. And it's like, okay, are you gonna be the only one buying your stuff? No. Like, what the fuck? How does that make any sense? You know, it's like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot, bro. But I don't know, man. I'm still gonna hold off from buying anything from Super 7. But if there isn't, like I said, if there is any fire behind that smoke, might be seeing a lot better products coming from them down the pike. But then going back to this figure right here, anybody copping this right here? Anybody going for this beautiful lady right here? My man Bacho says she's making me articulate. Wavy says, I'm copying all half naked chicks. Yeah, exactly. That's that's why I was like, yeah, at least the sculpt is fucking good, you know. It's like it looks fucking great, man. But yeah, I saw a lot of people hyped on this one right here, man. A lot of people hyped on this Tiger. Like I said, I can appreciate it, but I won't. It won't fit anywhere in my collection. Like it just won't. Like on top of it, like just being like a beautiful girl. It's like, okay, that's cool. It's like, I'm not that big of a Fire and Ice fan. But like I said, the Frazetta stuff, all that Frazetta license and the Frazetta girls, they're kind of taking note of that. Their shit's selling like hotcakes. A lot of people are buying like Conan, Death Dealer, and then you got fucking Savage Crucible trying to license their stuff out. They're probably like, hey, we just do this shit ourselves. Fuck it, you know? So we'll wait to see this thing roll out, see if the quality passes the grade and shit. I'm a pass. Deep, my man, deep. For science, yeah, for science, my man, Will. That's funny. Yeah, we'll see this thing. They're not overly priced up, but like I said, it's like when I saw these pictures, I was like, it's the same picture. It's like just got the hand up, you know, got the legs. Like you can't do much with them, but like, you know, for what it is, I guess, you know, some people could definitely like get down with this stuff, just with good lighting. But I don't know, it's like, I don't know. If I was a big Tigra fan, I think I would want like a dope statue, like a big statue, Frazetta, like all Frazetta stuff. Like I don't know. Like if I want an action figure, I want to do a little bit more action, but I don't know. At the same time, I'm over here buying fucking, you know, Origins and all that trash and all that stuff people call trash, like Toddy Max and stuff. So yeah, we gotta wait and see. I like I said, I'll buy a Todd figure over this because it's like, all right, at least it has some kind of like nostalgia for me. Like, oh, Batman, like I'm a big fan of Batman. Who doesn't like DC stuff? This is like, I don't know. Yeah, it's got its fucking audience and stuff, but I can pass. If it was like superly articulated and stuff, then yeah, be more interesting. But like, or the Panther was articulated, that'd be dope. Yeah, see the jaw isn't even articulated. I thought it was. It's just a separate head sculpt. I thought it was. My bad. That's got like the fucking faceplate stuff. So that's for what it is. It reminds me of like Legions, kind of like, I don't know, that type of figure, which isn't a bad thing. Like I'm not trying to trash that stuff, but it's just not something that I'm collecting specifically, you know. So I can easily pass on this. And from there, though, we move on to another waifu. We got I believe this is Fish Toys collaboration with Annie Mester. So Annie Mester is like fucking waifu company, always making like these 1/9 style waifus. And I believe Fish Toys is also D20 Studio. So, you know, they already made that fucking war boar and shit, that boar. And yeah, you got Board Girl right here. I believe I forget the name of this shit. Let me fucking find the name of this figure because I'm like, this shit is hard to remember, hard to pronounce. Oh, it's called the Jilly Zing Zing Tian Peng. Man, me reading that shit, I still couldn't fucking say it. But yo, man, obviously a lot of people hyped on this one just because of the sculpting on this is great too, man. And I think the one thing holding it back though is obviously the scale, man. It's just such an odd scale. I think it's gonna be like 8.5 inches tall, you know. I know that's not a full-on stop for a lot of people. I have seen some of these animesters. Shout out to my man Liquid. I know he's picked up a couple of them. I think he's shared a few of them in that waifu channel in the Discord. So yeah, he might go in for this one, man. And I don't know. Like to me, it's like, dude, this is not a real character. Like she could be tall. How do you know she's not tall? 8.5 inches tall is a little bit tall though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I did see a lot of hype on this one just because she looks fucking great, man. She looks pretty dope. Interesting design too. It'll go in with like a Wukong figure and shit. And it looks like they got more of these like versions or this line kind of coming out because they did have this image of not this one right here on the left, guys. Focus, guys, focus. But yeah, they did have this image of like 3 more coming out. So it would be interesting to see them all kind of in one kind of collection. That would be pretty dope. And just the design on her looks pretty great, man. Obviously, all the face plates give you different kind of looks for all you little freaks out there sexualizing your action figures. But yeah, I think this one looks pretty dope. The design on it looks pretty great. But just that scale, I think it's gonna hold a lot of people back, man. So I don't know how well it's gonna sell. Actually, outside of Liquid, I don't really see too many people picking up those Animester stuff. I know there is an audience for that and like fans of that stuff, but in the pocket of like collectors that I talk to, then it's either 112 or nothing, you know. So a lot of people might pass on it for that reason. I'm probably just gonna pass on it, even if it was 112. I probably wouldn't have picked it up just because, like, I don't know, really trying to focus a lot of my collecting certain stuff. The waifu figures, they do have a place, but it's like, fuck, man, it's just so many. I think the ones that are really kind of impressing a lot of people are the snail shell stuff. But yeah, this isn't look bad. It's not look like a bad outing at all caked up. I'm gonna head out to work. Y'all stay safe and healthy, bros. Hey, Deep, man, have a great fucking day, bro. Rest of your day, man. Happy Easter, and thanks for stopping by, Deep. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for sharing too. I've seen my man Deep share the stories, man. Appreciate that, Deep. The pose master, motherfucker, posed the fuck out of his action figures. But yeah, anybody going in for this one, man? Any mister? I don't know if there's a huge audience for it. Like I said, the scale is just probably turning a lot of people off. But probably peep that out once it releases, see how people like it. And then from there, little fig arts actually, we got my man Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So we got not an all new body on Vegeta, man, but the head sculpt on him is updated. It looks really fucking great. But damn, dude, I think people are waiting on a new body for this fucking figure, man. And it's like, are they ever gonna fucking make it? Like, what the hell is the holdup, man? How many times? Like, I think they're just gonna give you every look of Vegeta, like pump it out one more time, and then they're gonna give it to you. Because here we have the unwavering Saiyan pride, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and yeah, it looks pretty good for what it is. But man, I think I'm just gonna hold off until they do make like a fucking 3.0 body, because this shit that's already getting outdated as fuck, and it looks like they're just cash grabs now with these goddamn Vegetas, man. It's just fucking. They did the Majin Vegeta, they did this one, they did the fucking Super Saiyan God. So they're giving you they're re-giving you all the looks before they give you that 3.0, man. So I'm holding off. I'm not going in for this shit at all, bro. We needed a 3.0. Yeah, I'm glad to have the anime version though. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a 3.0, this would have been like the perfect time to kind of introduce that. But who knows? Who knows what they wait for that one for? It'll probably be like the Cell games or some shit, you know, or the Android Saga, honestly, because that's what they're rolling into right now with like the Cell Saga stuff and all that shit. So it could be coming down fairly soon. But I think they're just gonna squeeze out as much of these out as possible and kind of get some people before they do that. Figure looks good though. If you don't have this version of them, I'll actually hold off though. And then from there, though, we move on to some reveals that just happened right before the show, man. We had Sage Mode Naruto. Talked about this figure a little bit last week. It was just like an early tease or early leak. But yeah, dude, very fucking popular look for Naruto, man. When he fucking finally taps into that Sage mode, dude, it's such a fucking power up for this dude. And man, this was one of my favorite figures like 2 years ago. I think it was like figure of the year for me. And now it's just like updated more. It's got like the soft goods, like fucking robe and stuff. So that looks fucking awesome. Head sculpt, the face plates look great, man. The effects fucking are off the hook. And yeah, dude, when he taps into this shit, I think there's like a handful of characters that can do this in the whole anime, and they're all strong as fuck, dude. So yeah, when this motherfucker is able to do it, it's just such a fucking dope fucking arc and all that stuff. And yeah, it's a favorite look for a lot of people because he just looks fucking. He looks like he's ready to fuck shit up. It is one of my favorite looks or modes for him or versions of him. So I'm definitely gonna cop this one easily. And yeah, this actually happened right before the show, man. So apart from this figure, there was another figure that was released that also caught the same amount of hype. We have Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, Spirit Detective right here. And yeah, this was like teased out last week, and I was kind of talking about like I was kind of wondering how they were going to pull out the suit or like his school uniform and stuff, but gave you a completely different look. I should have fucking known they were gonna go with like the dark tournament look and stuff, because yeah, this is like his like training garments, and then when he enters like this dark tournament, it's like this whole arc. That's probably like the favorite arc for a lot of people, man. The figure looks fucking great though. It looks like it's gonna move perfect. Like as long as the QC is on point with this shit, this should probably be like in a lot of people's top figures of the year, man. Just because they've been waiting for a fucking Yu Yu Hakusho Yusuke figure from Figuarts. I never thought it would happen. I honestly thought Figma was gonna make it before these guys did, because I did see that Good Smile was making the Nendoroids of them. But yeah, it looks like fucking SH Figuarts is off to the races with this shit, man. Yeah, this thing is gonna pose out like crazy. And if you ever seen the anime, dude, like this guy, he's like a brawler. He's got like fucking different kind of power sets. And yeah, dude, it's a dope anime. It's like probably one of my favorites, honestly. I haven't really seen it in years. I think I only saw it one time on Toonami, but it was fucking great, especially this arc right here, that dark tournament. So I'm excited to see what else they can come with, apart from like his allies and stuff. Some of those bad guys in that dark tournament were fucking looking crazy, bro. And seeing what they're pulling off with like some of the One Piece stuff, like bigger scale characters, I'm like, okay, they might be able to do some of this shit. I just hope the QC stuff is like dialed down, man, because I don't know, I've been seeing some reviews on some of this stuff, not really that great. But then they kind of fix it up, because I think the Trunks figure, the Super Saiyan Trunks, there was a lot of issues with that figure. I think it's getting a reissue where all the QC is fixed. And then recently I've been watching reviews on that the Kaido, the beast form Kaido. That thing is like fucking hard to stand. It's like floppy. It's like fidgety. It's like, oh man, it's just for a $200+ figure, it's not a good outing, man. So I am excited for this one. I think this is fairly easy for them to pull off. Like it in the articulation, it looks good. Like it just looks as good as you can kind of leave it. No kind of ugly joints, no kind of cuts, unsightly and stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for this one if you are a Yu Yu Hakusho fan. And if not, I suggest go look up the anime, dude. It's pretty dope. Also, he's gonna give you like these different kind of head sculpts too, and his spirit animal. Like the episode where he gets his spirit animal, it's like kind of funny because like everybody kind of knows him as like this angry, like really hard-headed guy, and it's like they're given like this egg, and that egg is like the same as you. Once it hatches, it's like that's your spirit animal, and that's like basically like what you are representing in like this like spirit animal form. And a lot of people thought this dude was gonna be like some scary looking thing or some shit, and it was like this little, I don't even know what it is. It's like a little bird hamster looking thing. His name is Pooh, I think. And man, there's this like really heartbreaking like episode where it's like, damn, he realizes like yo, I can't hate this thing, because he hates it. He doesn't really like it. He thinks it's lame. But yeah, I remember this episode where he was about to die, and yeah, he kind of came to the realization like, yo, I got to protect this guy too, because he is me, you know. And yeah, he kind of is able to kind of tap into that power set and stuff. I think it was called the Spirit Wave or something like that, man. Very complex, kind of the way I'm explaining it, but the anime is really good, man. I actually got to go back and rewatch it and stuff. I wish they would have kind of continued on with it. I think it was only like one season or something like that, or like 1 or 2 seasons. I don't even know if like the anime continued or the manga continued, but I never looked into it, man, because after that dark tournament, that shit was just, it was perfect ending and all that stuff. And then from there, we move on to some Jakks Pacific. These toys have already been kind of getting shown out the last couple of weeks, but it looks like Jakks is kind of showcasing more of their Sega license. So they got these Sega figures coming out. I think they've been showing one off per week. So the first week kicked off with Streets of Rage Axel. So you got like this 5.5-inch figure Axel for Streets of Rage if you're a big fan of that Sega game. I never had Sega growing up, man. I never had any Sega system growing up, but one of my neighbors, she had one, and we'd go over to play at her house sometimes, me and my brother. And then my cousin had one too, and we play over there with him too. And then also Altered Beast, we have Werewolf. I believe that was the figure from the second week of reveals, I guess. And these guys were at WonderCon too. I actually got to watch Toy Shiz's kind of coverage on it. So I had a whole panel kind of revealing these figures. And then the last figure of the wave, we got I from Super Monkey Ball. So I do remember this game. I think I played this on the GameCube though. But I do know that it was like an older version. This is kind of like a more modern look for him. I actually like this look a lot better for him, and I'm probably gonna get this figure because if he's tiny and like the size of like a 5.5 inch or 4 inch figure, like that's perfect. That's all I need him to be. And like I was saying, I have like a video game shelf where I just have all kinds of video game stuff. Like he would just kind of look cool right there somewhere, you know. It's like, oh shit, Super Monkey Ball. Like that's dope. It's old school, man. So yeah, be on the lookout for these. I believe these are exclusive to Walmart. And then the finale of the show, save the best for last. Todd McFarlane, full effect, guys. Put out this teaser image for the Joker mobile. So hasn't been revealed yet unless you were at WonderCon, man. He had a whole panel right there revealing a bunch of new stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for this Joker mobile coming out summer 2024. So it should be around the corner, man. 6-inch medium vehicle. So yeah, if you know Todd, man, he doesn't skimp out on those cars. These ain't no goddamn crowd funds, bro. He's making this shit. So be on the lookout for this one if you're interested. I just like the goofiness of it. That yeah, I might buy it, man. Like honestly, I don't really need it, but just the goofiness of the fucking Joker mobile. It's like yeah, probably got to get it. And then as I was saying, he was at WonderCon revealing like all new waves of stuff. So kicking it off, we have the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series 6-inch Build-A-Figure waves. So we got Hardak, Poison Ivy, Phantasm, and then Bane. And then the bath is going to be a suited Bruce Wayne. So I do remember Bruce Wayne in this fucking suit and shit. This is fucking ugly ass suit for a billionaire, bro. Like goddamn. But yeah, man, a lot of people kind of weren't happy with his line when it first kicked off because of the cell shading, but it looks like he's kind of going away from that now. So now we're able to kind of get like just regular painted figures, which is freaking dope. And yeah, able to go with your older stuff too, man. So yeah, these figures look pretty dope, man. I don't know about the price points on them. I think they're like $25 each. So it's like, bro, I wish they were a little bit cheaper and I might go in for them. But man, dude, it looks like he's in full swing with it, man. So I got to make up my mind on whether to get this stuff or not because it might be too late. Some of these might already start selling out, man, because that Bane looks pretty good too. And the Poison Ivy looks fucking great. And then you got the Bath figures that are coming out. So he had Condiment King in that first wave. And then we got this one right here and this one. And then move on to this DC multiverse stuff. We have a new Mr. Freeze, Ambush Bug, Booster Gold, another version of Booster Gold. It's got like a little bit more gold on them. And then Tim Drake from DC Rebirth. So giving you an opportunity to get this Robin. That shit looks fucking dope. I'm probably copping that one. And I do like that Mr. Freeze. That shit looks pretty freaking dope. Might go in for the Booster Gold too, but I don't know. And these are just gonna be regular standard figures, I guess. I'm not gonna be part of his collector edition or anything like that. So these are probably gonna be priced fairly reasonable, probably like $25 around there. So be on the lookout for these if you're interested. And then we move on to the Chase figures, and this is where he started pissing off a few people on the internet, man. These platinum editions are going to be apparently only in store. Like you're not going to be able to pre-order these anywhere, which I don't know if he said that for everything else, but like I've just been pre-ordering them through Big Bad Toy Store when they put them up, but they sell out fast, guys. So if you're interested in any of these, man, be on the lookout for those links, or man, be on the lookout in those stores because yeah, a lot of people might just be hitting the bay for these because we have Manhunter, Reverse Flash from the new 52, and then Sportsmaster. So yeah, very niche characters. Not so much the Reverse Flash, but definitely what a lot of people love from this line is that he gives you like these deep cut characters that probably nobody else ever is gonna make them. So yeah, it gives you an opportunity to continue to build out your DC displays, man. So kind of pissed off some people because obviously people want to just pre-order this stuff. But yeah, these figures might be going up in the aftermarket price if they are hard to find. So definitely be on the lookout for them. And then from there, we move on to the Batman Forever wave, baby. Finally, man, finally revealed. We knew this was coming. Obviously, a lot of people picked up that 6-pack of the Batmans. It had that Val Kilmer Batman on there. Last year, we had the wave of the Batman and Robin from the second movie. So we had the Michael McDonald Robin figure right there. So we get another version of him from that for the first movie. We got Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones, and then the Riddler, baby, not the Diddler. That's Boncho. We got the Riddler, Jim Carrey, and yeah, man, this figure to me is just super nostalgic, bro. Like, I still remember going to watch this movie with my family, man. It was just I couldn't wait to go to the theaters that day, and it was just so awesome, bro. It was just didn't really fucking it didn't really age well. Obviously, a lot of people fucking you can find so many fucking issues with that movie, but man, it was the fucking 90s, bro. It worked. I love this shit, man. And this figure to me is gonna be the star of the wave. Scopes on these look really fucking good, man. Like that to me looks like Jim Carrey in a Riddler costume. So I'm excited for this one. And then the build a figure to this is the Nightmare Bat. So I remember in that movie, I guess there was like a scene with like a diddle me this, Omar. There was like a scene where like Val Kilmer had like the fucking giant bat or some shit, or he was like had a nightmare or something that was in there. So yeah, you're able to kind of build this out. Kind of a lame bath to me. I mean, I don't know. To me, at least, I saw a lot of people kind of hyped on it because it's like, oh shit, it's a giant fucking bat. But like, I don't know. I don't know what else it could have been though. You know, honestly, and it's like, yeah, you are building out a build a figure wave. So it's like, I guess, I guess it works. Honestly, I think they could have just instead of just like labeling it all under like Batman and Robin and then Batman Forever, I think they could have just made the build a figure the Bane figure from the other movie. That would have been fucking awesome. I would have been like up for that, but I just think it wouldn't have made sense, making all of these figures to that bath. So I think it would have been smarter if he probably would have mixed them up a bit, probably would have gave you Poison Ivy here and then Two-Face in the other wave, and then maybe mixed up the Robin too. So he's 2 and 2 from the movie. So that kind of, you probably could have gotten away with that, but I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I can probably do without the bath. I probably won't even build out the bath because I already have that Batman because I did go in for that 6-pack. But the Two-Face and the Riddler, I'm copping for sure. And then also part of his like movie line, we got the tumbler. So this big ass 7-inch scale tumbler is gonna come out. Probably not gonna be true to scale. A lot of people are kind of pointing that out. It's just so fucking huge. So it might be a 1-seater in this thing. But I don't know, man. Depending on the price, probably gonna go in for this motherfucker right here because it also comes with Lucius Fox. So you got Morgan Freeman in this fucking line, and man, bro, that sculpt is looking good. Obviously, it's a render now, but if it comes out looking like that, that's perfect, man. I don't know how much you needed a Lucius Fox figure, but it is kind of cool to kind of throw him in there because he was the one that kind of created this thing. So yeah, this is gonna be a dope ass vehicle. But yeah, like I said, man, you got to find a place for these fucking things, and it's gonna be a hard one to find for this if it's anywhere near true to scale, man. So be on the lookout for this. Don't know the price points on these, and something about that he had to clarify is all this stuff said summer 2025. It was actually wrong. They kind of got that up once they started seeing some of this other shit. All this is coming out in 2024. So shout out to Ahsoka the Geek. I actually got a lot of the information from him. He actually had a really good breakdown of it because he was at the panel. He was at the con. And he's probably one of the guys I go to for like the DC multiverse, Todd McFarlane stuff. And there's a lot of them, man. You got Ahsoka the Geek. You got Pac Photos. You got Josh from before, Rob D Toys. Got a bunch, dude. Toy Games is a big Todd collector. I watch his videos all the time. So there's a bunch of stuff that I always go to for the Todd stuff, man. But shout out to Ahsoka the Geek. He was sharing a lot of the images. And the Lucius Fox. And then we move on to I believe this is just a standard wave. We got Batman manga, Sergeant Rock, and then Superboy, Connor Kent. So yeah, different kind of versions for Batman right here. And Sergeant Rock. And then apparently he was making it a point at the panel to kind of say that he is kind of not really fighting Warner Brothers, but like trying to get Warner Brothers to kind of loosen their grip on like the no guns or anything like that with certain action figures. So apparently this Sergeant Rock is supposed to come with like guns and weapons like he's supposed to. So it would be kind of cool to see if like Warner Brothers does kind of loosen their grip on that type of stuff, and allow, the companies kind of just make it as accurate as possible, because it's like, yeah, we don't want to get too political with like gun violence and all that stuff, but like, these are toys, guys. Like, come on, man. And it's like, if it's so bad, why did you guys create this stuff anyway? You know, you guys are the creators of it. It's like, we're just trying to give the most accurate representation of it, man. So be on the lookout for these right here. Believe these are just going to be regular. No, these are going to be collector editions, actually. So these are going to be priced up a little bit higher. I believe these are going to be at $29.99, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit higher. Could be a little bit higher. Man, Ricky likes this Superboy. That shit looks ugly as fuck, bro. That shit looks so boring. I ever heard the stories of him are pretty good, but it's just like, it's a fucking guy in a t-shirt and the suit, bro. No style to that motherfucker, bro. That shit look lame. And then also collector edition, we have Captain Boomerang, Sunfire, and then the Penguin. And these were actually revealed today, like proper solicitations of them, man. So yeah, this Captain Boomerang looks fucking sick with the soft goods like pleather. I believe they're gonna use the same kind of material they used on that Bane SDCC exclusive. So if you pick that one up, I actually want that one, man. I never got it, bro. I want that shit, man. That shit was sick. So yeah, be able to get this Captain Boomerang from the Flash. And I don't know what Flash it was. I don't even know if it's a comic or if it's a show or the fucking CW or the movie. I'm not even sure. And then also this I believe this is the Rebirth Sunfire. So she looks fucking great, bro. She looks freaking dope. So yeah, if you did collect that Teen Titans wave, I think a lot of people were waiting for this version, or not this version, but this character. So you're able to kind of fill out that shit, man. My man, he said, need that Superboy and Sergeant Rock. Yeah, those are gonna be dope. I even like the manga Batman. That shit looks fucking sick. He just looks a little bit different, but yeah, I'll put that foot right there with the rest of my Todd Batmans. And then yeah, so we got the Sunfire right here, and then the classic Penguin, man. So very hyped on this one, man. Like, this one's gonna go right there good with like that Riddler that came out last year. I think the Freeze. So yeah, he's continuing to build out that Rogues Gallery for Batman and classic looks, man. I think this is like the best representation of Penguin for like those classic looks. I think a lot of people were using that Arkham Penguin just like as a stand-in, but yeah, this is super comic booky too, you know, and I think it looks great. It looks fucking, it looks like an old school Penguin. So it's that DC Classics look to him. So yeah, these are gonna be going in for pre-order soon. But yeah, like I was saying, these are part of his collector edition, so they're gonna be a little bit more pricey than the regular figures, which kind of sucks, you know. But if you want it, he's gonna make it available. Yeah, that Penguin is nice. Yeah, he does. He looks really cool. Like that head sculpt, the head portrait on, like that shit looks great. Like, yeah, that shit looks fucking on point, man. So be on the lookout for those. But like I said, probably $30 price points on these motherfuckers. So not so nice, Todd. Come on, man. And kind of close it out, he did show off another wave for like one of the NFTs that he's doing. So this is the NFT wave. So you're able to kind of build out this digital bath of an Animal Man. So you got a Man of Steel, Green Arrow, Longbow Hunter, and then the Adam Ray Palmer. So comic book Adam, I believe there was like a Black Adam version of him. So from the movie, so you're able to kind of get a comic book version of him now. So yeah, man, Todd was fucking wheeling and dealing at that fucking WonderCon shit, man. He was in full effect, man. And man, dude, there was a shit ton of stuff to talk about, guys. But we talked about it, and that's all we have for the evening, man. Again, I want to thank everybody that joins me every week, everybody that checks out the replay. I'm excited to kind of keep doing this show every week, man. Sometimes I like, dude, like this weekend, I was like, fuck, I was swamped with shit to do. I was like feeling under the weather on Friday. I was like, fuck, probably gonna have to cancel the show. But nah, kind of just pulled through because there was a lot of stuff I kind of wanted to go over. And this is always kind of fun to me, kind of just sit back and chill, talk toys. It's like one of the few times I get to just sit down and like actually play with some of my stuff and just kind of open stuff and talk toys with you guys. And this is the only place I get to do it. I don't get to do it anywhere else. I don't get to do it at work. I don't get to do it at home. I don't get to do it anywhere. It's like anytime I do it, people are like, hey, bro, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? So like chill with that shit. So it is always kind of cool to come and wrap toys with other people, like-minded people and stuff. And you know, share opinions and shit, man. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's me talking up here, but I always like reading your guys' interactions in the chat. Any kind of interactions in the comments or any kind of messages that we kind of get back and forth with like figures and stuff throughout the week. That's always kind of like cool to kind of go through and get perspectives on people, like I was saying last week, man. But yeah, like I was saying, that's it for the show. Be back next week, guys, to see what's on the ticket for next week, man. Like I was saying, I'm always like at the mercy of the toy news, but fuck, man, if it's anything like this week, it's like shit. It's like another job, low key, man. But for me, it's worth it, man. I like doing this shit, and I like kind of coming in here every week, man. So I'm gonna keep doing it until I get tired of it, which probably won't be for a while, man. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Happy Easter to everybody, man. I hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys spend the time with family and loved ones and all that stuff, man. And I'll catch you guys next week, man. We'll fucking run it back, guys. So take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.